that's the point of it, or that was my point of it. It was
dude, it's fun.
it was never to be like,
And that's a good thing to kind of start the podcast out on too.
yeah,
That
for
is
sure.
a fact.
Talking about if you don't know, welcome back to the No Look Passengers, episode 79. We have a special guest in the building
We
right
do.
now.
Our man Clayton,
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Mr. Peep My Sneaks. That's kind of what we're talking about, the Instagram content creation.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
let's
saying?
keep
We was
going.
talking
So-
good. We kind of started.
Yeah, bro. So it's just mainly like finding your lane. Once you
Yeah.
find your lane of your engagement and the people that you vibe with, it's easy. It becomes fun at that point.
Yeah,
a lot
bro.
of times when you just posting just like sort of for no reason, it's just meaningless. You know what I'm saying? Unless that's just what you want to do. But
If you don't care,
yeah,
there's so
and
many
ain't
people
nothing
that aren't
wrong
on
with
there
that.
to do shit like we do.
Right. If you're just a family person,
Yeah.
and you want to just post family trip pics and all that, that's cool. But like, once you kind of like care about what you're doing, or if you have a lane of something that you care about what you're doing, and you want someone just to appreciate it, and it's never for like the wanting to go viral, because
Yeah.
that shit just happens, bro. Like,
It does.
I don't
it never
think
happens when
nobody
you
really
expect it.
tries to do that shit.
You shouldn't try. Like, you should just do it because
I know that
one,
like
you like to do it,
Yeah.
and then two, if you see it doing like kind of like
It's-
doing numbers, it's rewarding.
it's fun.
Like,
it's like you get that dopamine hit and you want to do it again. I know like every time I've tried to make something viral, it never went viral. I'd use like kind of rage baity captions and shit. And then like I do like a video of me taking the damn trunk off the car that has the big wing on it and putting my other trunk without the wing on it. Goes viral out of nowhere.
just keep it simple.
Yeah, bro. Didn't even care. I was just like, a whole bunch of people would be commenting like, take the wing off. So I did it. Just fucking went up.
And I think-
And it went up on every platform too. So like I know that there's some sort of weird thing about that video. And you're like, you try to tap in like, what is it I did, man? I didn't really do anything. You know, I did a simple ass video. I put a fucking cool song behind it.
Yeah, bro.
And it's
Don't
like,
try to reinvent the wheel.
just do
Take
you.
what's there and just apply what you do, or just make it better.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, I don't hate on other people's content, but I might be like, damn, I would have done that a little different. Or them
All
angles,
the time.
like specifically me, like doing still pictures and shit, bro. Like, yeah, iPhone gonna take you so far.
Mhm.
Like once you really get that, like that Canon camera, like once I got like my Canon and lenses and shit like that, and like not took it serious to where I'm like, man, I gotta do this Instagram shit every day. But
Yeah.
it was just to a point where I was just like,
If you're gonna do it and spend time
yeah,
on it,
bro,
do it.
yeah,
Like, get
like,
into it.
I would
Like,
just be getting fresh. Like that's how it originally started. I would just be like getting fresh, going to do some shit, and when I was out, it just kind of clicked in my mind like, well, hell, I'm gonna just start taking pictures or whatever.
Yeah.
whatever. But then once you kind of find that engagement and like that lane of other people, it was like the sneakerhead community, or the car community, or
Yeah.
people that be trying to be like, what is it like workout influencers.
Mhm.
Once you find your lane,
A niche.
bro, it's easy. Your
Yeah.
following's gonna come.
Because just like-minded people that you're interacting with, and like, it's like I told him one time. I said, look, what you do is you find, say for this podcast, you find other people who are kind of on the same level. You follow them, you like them, you make sure to comment on their shit, tell them what you like. Hopefully they start doing it back.
yeah,
If you get enough of those people that like and comment on your shit as soon as it comes out, then the social platform will push it into like a deeper algorithm.
yeah,
Where it
yeah.
starts reaching more people,
Yeah.
like that's how it works. You got to get the people who are like-minded on board with your shit to begin
And just
with.
be yourself, bro.
And
Like,
just be
I've
yourself.
learned that the biggest, like, there's a lot of people that I see do dope shit, and I feel like I do dope shit, and I want to just kind of like be in that space with them. And my whole like purpose was just to give inspiration to men to have like a way to like just dress and style themselves. Just the idea, be like, oh shit, I never thought to put those pants with that color combination, or that's just really what it. Cause like
and it's
you
just
don't,
cool to feel good,
man,
bro.
bro.
Like, it's
and
cool to
look
get
good.
fly.
Like
It's cool
the
to get
whole
fly.
Deion Sanders mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like
Look good, play good.
bro, the whole like it's confidence. You know what I'm
100%,
saying? Like,
yeah.
and so like I feel like all men, no matter what you do, if you're a construction worker, if you warehouse worker, you the postman, like once you take your uniform off and you go home and you shower up, you should want to, like when you going out with your lady or whatever, you should care about how you look.
Oh, hell
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Bro, I work at FedEx. I don't wear no uniform, cuz I be dressing.
Yeah, bro.
I be wearing a wrestling shirt or a nice hoodie and some Jordans out there that,
Yeah, man.
I've already ran through, and, I don't care about getting a little beat. Like, I care a little
Yeah,
bit. Like,
bro.
I'm going to feel a little bit cool. I
Yeah.
ain't putting on the damn purple shirt and the
And
badge.
like you
I
get
ain't
to a
doing
point
that.
with like back to the content creating where once you do something that is original to you and you are passionate about it and you put that effort into it, it noticeably gets seen. Like people feel that through your content, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they want to continue to engage with it, like it,
Dude.
share it, things of that nature.
One thing I've noticed, there's a lot of people that I'm friends with that after I started doing what I do, they try to do the same thing. And like, I try to tell them the reason why I can put up a YouTube video and it hits 60K and yours can't is because you don't seem genuine on camera.
Yeah.
Like you're not
You
yourself.
got to get comfortable.
Some
man.
some people are uncomfortable, which isn't good, and then some people are like they turn into a different person. The camera flips on, they turn into a different person. They try to act a certain way. Nah, fuck that, man. If you cuss and you're funny and like
yeah, man.
be yourself and you be genuine and you tell people information that they want to hear, like you are gonna get. It's like the world just kind of like
end of
good
the
things
day-
evolve for people who are genuine.
At the
like
end of
they
the day,
revolve around people like that.
you are your own personal brand, and that's what you're selling people.
Yeah.
Like you got to sell yourself. Like
Something's got to be different.
yeah, something's got to be different. Like
Yeah. Because once you see, I see people, especially like in the sneaker community and like street photography, there's a lot of trends. Trends come and go. But you can always tell when it's some shit like if you driving down the strip, you on vacation in Florida, you see all the tourist spots that look the same. But then once you see that like local spot over in the corner, you be like, oh, hold on, what's that?
Yeah.
Let me go pull up on that. It's something different about it. It's something authentic about it that makes you be like, let me pull up on that spot versus the glitz and the glam that everybody has up and down through the strip. I'm gonna go over here to the spot that's just like
this hole in the wall.
Yeah, but there's something that's drawing me to it. They got a line out the door too. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm gonna go to Eddie's before Pizza Hut.
you
every
feel
time.
me?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shout out
every
to
single
Eddie's. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Eddie's and KG and Mud Brothers Vintage. You know what I'm saying? All the sponsors. I do wanna. Well, so like, was it when you started making the Instagram, bro? Was it just like posting shoes, like just the shoe pics, or was it always the full fits?
At first, it started just like it was a cater to sneakers.
Okay, because I used to do the same thing. I've been like, I'm a big sneakerhead, bro. I used to work at Finish Line, fucking back in the day, bro. Like,
so at first, it kind of started with like finding your collection flex in a way. You know what I'm saying? Who's got what?
Exactly.
And then how much heat can you kind of post daily? Because mind you, that's what kind of keeps your shit rocking now. You can't just be posting like
it's got to be consistent.
Yeah, bro.
Until you get to a point where like you, bro, you can put on a regular ass shoe if the fit's fire
today
because people are into
but
like
when
the
I
whole
first
thing.
Started,
exactly.
I had to I had to post the cool grays, the fire reds, the hype shit, you know what I'm saying, to get.
And you needed the shit that just came out.
Yeah,
you know
I had
to.
So, okay, boom, I'm glad you said that. That was a huge thing where, like, if you were flexing, like, sneaker, got them. I went to go and got them, like, on the day of or early release.
Then if you could get them in person on release day, ooh, you would have won.
A lot of people, like, really would trip on that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and
yeah.
You got to think, like, my following, bro, I can pull it up. Like, I've got people that I talk to in the UK, Chicago, California, and then when you really get to the like bare essence of it, bro, that's what social media is about.
Yeah,
that social interaction.
It's about making connections, man,
with people you never would have
networking
beforehand. You know what
that
I'm
might
saying?
be like what gets you. You might be friends with a guy that's somewhere else, and there might be a sneaker that's hard to get, and this guy might actually have something he wants to sell, and instead of posting them up on the internet, he's gonna hit his closest internet friends who do the same shit first, so you'll get a chance at him. You know what I mean?
And he's not gonna hit you on top of the head for it.
Yeah,
you know. So it's like,
man, my shit's whack as fuck. I ain't gonna hold you. I I'm like one of those like I'll go buy some really high end designer sneakers, but then I don't know how to style them. Like I'll just be wearing some fucking triple S Balenciagas with the wackest fit you ever seen, and then it's like I'll post a picture in like just the most regular like jeans and Air Forces, and it looked the best, bro. This is like it's a weird thing. I can't figure out how to style that other shit, bro.
Sometimes
I'm bad for that.
I'm very day to day, bro. I've said it on here before. Like sometimes I wake up and I'm like, man, I could put on my best fit, and I just ain't got it, bro. I just don't got it today, bro.
Yeah,
and then
that's
some
the truth.
days
It can be a gift
I
and a
wake
curse
up,
too.
I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh shit, that bicep look a little bigger today. You know what I'm saying? I could put on the wackest fit I got.
Yeah.
And
Some
feel
days
like the man.
you put on some shit you don't even care, like you weren't even thinking about it, and it just turns out to be fire. But
Yeah,
then
and
some
somebody
other
takes a
days you
picture
try
and you're like,
and
oh,
you're
shit.
So
wait a
funny,
second.
like that you say that, because when I first started the sneaker shit, like you said, I was big on it had to be like the fire red 4s, the Armani Air 4s, or the 3s, you know, the lost and found ones. Now, I've kind of switched into a lane where, bro, you'll see me a lot of times. I'm in Air Max, Runners, New Balance. New Balance, like we'll get into that in a minute, but New Balance, yeah, we'll get into that after a while, bro, because if you was to really like ask me and we tap into it, New Balance is really like
it's kind of crazy how they did their shit too.
New Balance
the past
really
few years,
took
bro.
over a different lane, but like all lanes.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, because every different aspect of like rappers are wearing New Balance,
bro.
Athletes are wearing New Balance, musicians are wearing New Balances, bro. Actors are wearing New Balance.
And we'll just keep it a buck. Like I ain't gonna just like throw out my age, but I'm getting older, bro. Like them dad years, you know what I'm saying? You walked around in some 5s before, some Jordan 5s.
Come on, man.
Or 4s at like you ever went to a festival or a fair or some shit.
5s is more comfortable than some other ones, man.
But by the end of it, you be like,
oh,
hey
fuck
man,
this.
I'm kicking this.
Yeah, Jordan 1s, bro. I don't want to walk a day.
I can wear some like my New Balance 990
all day. I
can dress them up. I can dress them down.
Dude,
left, right, in the middle, don't matter.
That's another thing about trying to be fly, dude. Like, I'll wear my low top Dior's to work if I have like a big day, and I'll fucking come home with blisters on my feet. And not only were those shoes $800, but they ain't even worth wearing. You know,
so it's like
it's like what the fuck.
I want to. We'll get into it. We'll dive deep into sneakers right now. Shit, don't knock over my man Dan.
These motherfuckers right here is my.
Do you remember actually first what got you into the sneakers? Because for me, mine's a typical. Always wanted them. Allen Iverson was the coolest motherfucker to me in the world.
Growing up, being like a fan of basketball, rap,
all that shit.
Like growing up as a kid, like being obsessed with rappers and stuff. You want the shoes, and obviously you want the clothes.
Same story. Could never get it, and then when I started getting bread,
typical, bro.
I'm getting into it.
For
but
me,
what got you into it for one, and then what was the first shoe that you remember getting
that took it there?
Yeah.
So for me, growing up, obviously like I was always big into basketball and like hooping or whatever. So. You know, when you going out on the court, you gotta have some.
I always had to get a nice pair of basketball shoes.
Popping at the time, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately for me, growing up, I couldn't afford that shit, or I was getting like second hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, I do remember in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like now, I'm gonna kind of give out the age a little bit. So I graduated 09. Around 05, 06, there was this like Huarache era.
Yeah.
Bro. That shit really, basketball wise, like on court wise, that's when I really started like extra giving a fuck.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, nah, I gotta have these and I gotta have this colorway. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as like putting shit together with fits or whatever, because like when I was younger, I would just make like, bro, I was a Chuck Taylor head. I was a Vans head. You could get mad pairs for cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I could tell my parents
and you can style them.
Yeah, and like that. So that was like the shit then. And when I was kind of growing up, like I would say towards like that 08, 09, that was the whole like Lil Wayne rock era.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
the
bro,
Vans
Vans,
and
yeah.
shit was hella big deal. Like
Just
You had
some
the
low top
Supras
bands,
with the
bro.
straps
big
on them.
big tone
Yeah.
DCs and
Yeah.
shit like that. That was a whole era in itself, and so that kind of what got me into like giving a fuck about the feet for real. But I can't remember the year, but my first pair of like retro Jordans, it was a Black Friday. I want to say it was like 2015, and I got a pair of the infrared sixes.
Okay. The white ones.
Yeah, no, the black and
The
red
black-
ones.
the black and red
and
ones.
red ones, and I still got them to this day at my crib. And that was my first like. Went to Foot Locker, put the tag in. Like, you know, you would go sign up for the ticket.
Oh yeah.
They call you, yo, you won
Oh,
for
yeah,
a
oh,
size
yeah, oh, yeah.
13. Come on up.
They called you for those?
Yeah, and so
Lucky.
they called me, and it was a Black Friday hit.
Yeah.
And so, shit, bro, like, my homie at the time, he was just like, damn, boy, you got them? He was like, I didn't even get the call. He was like, them's like, they ain't came out in so long, and I wasn't really hip on the history yet. And so, just when I went and got them, but when I went and got them and seen them firsthand, bro, it was just like,
Did you go to, was it the Asheville Mall? Let me
I
ask
went
you
to
a
Valley
question.
Hills Mall in Hickory.
Okay. So at that time,
And I was so hyped. How about this? I was so hyped. I walked in, went to pay for my shit, and didn't have my wallet on me.
oh damn,
And I had to go back out, and I was bugging the whole time. I was
they're
like,
gonna
damn.
sell my shit.
Yeah,
They're
I
gonna
was
sell
like,
my
I
shit.
was like, I done
So
fucked up.
at that time, I graduated in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, I'm working at Finish Line at the mall. I'm deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. So my grandpa ran this restaurant. So I would always work and just wash dishes and shit, and my grandma would take me and get a toy at the end of the week. And then it was started becoming, okay, I had to work 2 weeks, and I could get something bigger.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, I'll work all month, but I want a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
You know? And then it was like, I got my school shoes and my basketball shoes, and like I was always into it.
Yeah.
I remember though when I finally was like, Grandma, I want a paycheck. Like, fuck this, like pay. Like I'm working every day. Like I want a paycheck. Like put me on the payroll. So I remember $7.25 an hour, cause thought I was making it. I would work all day.
$7.25 back then.
Back
a
then.
lot further than it does
It
now.
does. And this at the time, this was probably like 2000. This is probably 2009, 2010.
That
I
was
was in
good
like
money, boy.
I was in like the 8th grade probably.
Yeah, that you was
Just-
balling.
Yeah.
Bro, my parents.
I'm pretty sure
would
that was
never let
illegal.
me
I
be
wasn't
dusty.
on the books. Like
It was under the table type shit. when
kind
they
of,
had
but
tags.
she kept
Yeah.
me. And then when
Yeah.
I turned, because at that time you could be 15 and get a worker's permit,
Yeah.
and then you could get a paycheck.
Yeah.
So I remember going that day so I could get started getting tags and getting a paycheck. I wanted it so bad. So I remember that was it. I would just stack my paychecks. Then I remember I'm a Lions fan. I forget the year, but there was this foam posit. It was the gray and blue ones.
Yeah.
Gray and blue foam posits.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, I need them. And at the time, it was like $225. I was like, oh, shit, that's like 2 paychecks. I was like,
Taxing.
fuck. And they come out like next week. I was like, how do I get them? And I was like, that's when I was like, how do I get them? And I was like, I called them all. They were like, nah, we're not getting them. I was like, what the fuck? Well, where do I get them? And I figured out online release. I was like, okay. Then I was like, I got to wait in line. Like, I got to be
Yeah.
on the internet. So this is when I like dove deep. I was like, oh, shit, this is for real. So I remember getting on East Bay.
Damn.
East Bay, yeah.
East
yeah,
Bay.
yeah.
Man brought up the East
8
Bay.
o'clock in the morning, bro, on a Friday.
The fucking East Bay.
Dude.
No, it was Saturday. It was a Saturday drop. 8 o'clock in the morning, bro. Got up, laptop. That was my first, like, okay, website crash. You're refreshing, like, what the fuck's going on? And it wasn't even for the phone posit. It was for, like, a Jordan that was coming out. I just
Yeah.
didn't realize it.
But you couldn't even get in.
But I couldn't even get in
Yeah.
to get my phone posit. So, like, I
Yeah.
waited all day, bro.
Nobody gave a fuck about them phone posits because
I
they was
remember-
so hard on them
exactly.
Jordans that day.
Yeah.
So
I've
it-
had that happen to me.
And this was, like, way back before you had the terrible website security, bro. So it was just like bots were getting
Bots?
everything and fucking, I mean,
God
early
damn.
bots. It was just crazy. So anyway, I waited. I missed the release. I thought I'd missed it. It was like 10 o'clock. I had to go to work at like 12. I was like, man, I was bummed as fuck. And I didn't even have an iPhone at the time. It was like an Android touch phone, but I could get on the internet. And I remember being at work and I was like, I'm going to check now, bro. And I got on East Bay and I could have them. And they were available. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like I didn't even have a debit card at the time. I was just like cashing my paychecks.
Yeah.
And I remember going to my grandma and giving her all the money in cash. I was like, here's the money. I need your debit card right now so I can buy these shoes. And I got them. I waited all day. And I remember we were going to the beach the next week. And fucking the box came on like Friday, right before we were about to leave. And I took the box with me. Like I didn't even wear them all. I just looked at them, bro. Like the whole time, I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm bad for
God,
doing
dude.
that, and I'm getting out of that now. Like, I'll buy some shit and look at it and be like, damn, hell yeah.
Oh,
And put it over there.
I've went through
And
that
not
phase.
If I'm gonna buy it,
fucking
dude,
wear
I'm gonna
bro.
wear that shit.
So that's-
You
wear.
should.
I
As
will
you should,
wear some
bro.
shit
Wear
out.
your sneakers, bro. Like, don't buy some shit. Yeah, all right, cool. Like,
That's a whole
good,
conversation.
That's a good segue, bro. Hype beast. Stop that shit.
Now listen, I
For
got
real, bro.
I still
I'll
got
get a
some shit I ain't-
$400 pair of
Stop that
shoes and
shit,
run them
man.
in
I
the
still
dirt.
got some shit I ain't wore, but I just ain't got a fit for it, or like it's not because. But they're recent. It's like 3 to 4 years. It's not like 10 years. But I have had shoes fall apart.
I'm gonna
Like,
tell you what I see
I've
a lot
had
of people
you
do.
know the burgundy 5s that just came out.
Yeah.
I had the OG pair. Never wore them. Crumbled, bro.
Let me tell you what
They're
I see
crumbled.
people do.
They're
Especially in the content sneaker creating world. Motherfuckers will buy a shoe, not dead ass not liking it. The color combos would be crazy. Like, I see sneakers come out and see, and that's some shit I got out of. There's shit that comes out and I'm like, that's trash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it
But,
gets
but
popular at some
because
point.
but because
But that's because you went through the phase of just trying to get,
Bro.
because at a point it was so hard to get anything. You were just getting what you could.
yeah, and then you get into the sneaker plug fucking phase where
Oh,
you
man,
feel like
listen.
you gotta have a sneaker
Listen,
plug
listen.
and I'm gonna get hooked up over here
seen-
and over there.
I
And you
went
can
through-
get your hands on whatever.
I went through every phase of it, bro. I remember that I started on the bullshit ass websites. Then I remember camping out. Then I remember going to Charlotte and camping out at damn.
I think all sneakerheads start out as hype beasts halfway, and
you
they
do.
don't
You
want to
got
admit
to.
it
You got to.
because you
I'm a
it's
total hype
FOMO,
beast.
bro.
But like those, bro. Trevor don't really know
See,
every
and I wasn't
Yeezy
gonna
color.
call you
Those.
out on your comment earlier about the Balenciagas with the whatever fit, but I was like,
But the thing
that's
is,
some
though,
hype beast shit.
It
but
is. It
he
is.
also he
but
genuinely
some
just
people,
likes them.
If you know that's your lane, some people do that shit not realizing they're doing that.
Yeah.
You know what
You
I'm
can try
saying?
to style them, but the thing is, bro, is like I got enough money to buy the shoes, but I don't got enough money to buy the Balenciaga track fit with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my problem. I'm just saying. And to
And
be
I'll
honest with
never
you,
talk
these
shit
these
about
are the
nobody's
biggest
fit,
hype
bro.
beast shoes ever,
But
bro.
what I was about to say,
But I
that's
wear
a fire
them.
shoe.
That is though. It is.
You
I
can't
wear the
argue that.
fuck out of these,
My
shoes. Bro.
point is,
These
like-
things are worn. I've got what 6, 7 pairs of Yeezys, bro. They're my favorite shoe for one.
Yeah, man.
They're comfortable
Yeah.
and they go with everything,
But
dog.
see, I see people buy shoes and they'll get into the sneak. Okay, and then like, kind of like, you know, when I first said, like, when I was just first getting into it, it was just sneakers. It eventually got to where I was like, well, I'm going to give you the whole fit. Like, these shoes ain't doing justice to like this outfit.
Exactly.
Like, I need to give you this outfit
And sometimes
also.
vice versa too, bro. Sometimes the outfit makes the shoe pop.
And
Yeah.
so what
And
I'll
like-
see some people do is, all right, I got the white cement 3s, but your fit is not it. And and that's a sensitive subject because I don't never want to sit and tell somebody like your clothes are trash.
I ain't gonna say shit to nobody.
I'm not
but
gonna
Again,
sit
you
here-
can think
I went
it,
through
though.
it all, bro.
But if we talking about, I'm putting my outfit out here on public display for public conversation,
But I
public
think-
criticism. Like, it's just gonna come with it.
Sometimes, see, what's crazy, and because there is like a niche market in this, you know, the sneakerhead thing. I think some of the dudes, bro, I think they be doing it on purpose, bro. Like that's their like.
What
they-
you mean?
I've seen some whack fits with a fire shoe,
That's what I'm saying.
and I think that's like their flex. Like I think that's their like.
I think that's them not knowing what the fuck they doing.
See, I think that's their like weird. I think that's their like weird like. I don't have no swag, but I can buy the shoe.
That's
Oh,
me,
I
bro.
get you, I
That's
get
me.
you,
What
I
are you
do
know what
talking
I'm
about?
saying?
I do get you.
I will fucking-
But not to the Balenciagas that you can walk in the store and buy, to like the damn trophy room ones that you can't get.
Yeah.
Okay, I got
you.
you, I got
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because like some shoes ain't $1,000,
You know, a
but
motherfucker
getting
will have
them
a
is a
white
flex.
tee and gym shorts and wear the chunky donkeys in mud. That type of shit is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
Like I think that's their. It's like a.
why.
It's not necessarily clickbaity, but it's like punchliney.
It's
you know?
kind of rage bait, dude.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I got to ask just the world, not even just y'all, the world. Why do y'all work hard all week, get a paycheck, you got bills, and you say, I'm gonna take this $300 to $400, I'm gonna buy this shoe, and then run it through the mud.
Because some people, that's not what they do with it. They have the, $3,000 to $4,000 coming in a week, and they can just be like, fuck this shoe, bro. I'm gonna make somebody mad.
Mean nothing to them.
Some people do the shit just so other people can't have it, bro. And that's the bad people in it.
Fucked up.
It is, bro. But shit. All right, so you just asked me a question outside.
Yeah.
You asked if we've had the GOAT debate of basketball on this podcast. So we've had, but it's been with me and two people who don't really watch basketball like that.
Right.
So
I watch it, but
who's your GOAT? Who's your GOAT?
Jordan.
Okay. Why? Or how do you, I say
What's all right? So like,
I think it's LeBron.
What's GOAT criteria?
I think it's LeBron.
Okay.
And
what's your GOAT criteria?
I mean, in what aspect? He's a winner. He has one.
Okay.
He has one.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's won with less talent.
Okay.
I think.
Is that Jordan's fault though?
No. I don't think it's LeBron's fault either that he can build a super team and win
life.
more. That's just life. But there's also a point to it where there's longevity, where greatness over a long period of time is greater than greatness for a short period of time.
Okay.
And that's never been done before.
Okay.
And I think that's the key. That's never been done.
I'm glad you said that.
The amount of time that LeBron James has played high-level basketball has never been done.
Correct.
There's been a lot of people that's played a long time.
Correct.
Udonis Haslem was not playing basketball like LeBron Jordan his whole career.
There's no fucking doubt.
There's no doubt. He just played a long time. It's just a
versus he got like rings and shit.
Yeah. It's like Jordan was great. That's the only other person I really want to hear in an argument.
I see, and we'll get into it. But
yeah, I mean, you could technically argue Kobe
2-3, right? I would even go Kobe next.
Yeah,
I would go Kobe in the top 3 too.
Dig this.
I would go as far as to put Jordan at 3.
So listen to this.
And people will think I'm fucking crazy.
There's so many other players that you can still talk about though.
And then
Magic Johnson.
And didn't you want to hear the whole top 5?
No, we'll get into that. But I'm gonna give you this on GOAT criteria.
Who is the
and
best?
Why I would say Jordan over Bron, and kind of use your point against you a little bit. All right. So, reason 1. To me, the reason we play a sport, you know what I'm saying? The end all goal is what? To win.
To win.
That's if we really breaking it down, we're past the appreciation awards, right? Of just
100%.
showing up. Like this is where we compete. We competitors. We competing. Winning at the highest level is what matters the most. Period. Point blank.
100%.
Not second, third. We don't care about none of that.
Now, once you've done that once,
Yep.
I think that's it. Like you're qualified for that.
So, to me, when it comes down to it, it matters how much you won and the times in which you won, right? So, like, LeBron's record in the finals versus Jordan's record in the finals.
6-0 in the finals is very impressive.
And you said in
6
the
for 6.
longevity, right?
100%.
So we're talking longevity. So Jordan didn't clearly play as long, but Jordan didn't play as long, whether
nor
it was
at
high level,
nor at a high as.
But
what,
with
you
the
know what I'm
time
trying to
in
say.
which he was in the league, damn near half almost, he won the chip.
Yeah,
that's hard to argue.
And not only that, so 6-0. So it's like I got there and I handled my business.
yeah.
How many?
Every time I got there. That's like me saying, dog, I went to the club 10 times.
And brought a bitch home.
but I only smashed 4 times.
Yeah.
Now what are we talking about?
Yeah.
I want to
think
just
that's
bring her
different.
home. No.
No, I think that's different. I think
what's
that's different. I
different?
think it's different.
Comment below what's different about it.
I think it's different because
Okay, we
you got to look at the final. How many times did LeBron go to the finals?
If you put
every
that on,
single
if you
year.
put that on Coach K and Roy Williams, you wouldn't say no different, right?
Yeah, that's a
If
fact.
both coaches went to the Natty, one went 6-0.
Yep.
Every time he went, he handled his business, but one went 10 and he won 4. And I coached longer than you. So now with longer
But
time,
you're making a different argument now.
No, okay, so boom.
You're just
back
saying
to-
who
back to
won
Jo-
more.
Back to Jordan and Bron.
Who got it done in that
So
situation the
let's
most?
just say this. What if I gave you this? What if I said?
But how many?
What if I said Jordan is the GOAT because when winning time mattered the most,
He
he
won.
handled his business
Yeah.
the most.
Yeah.
Right? I'll give you this. Let's meet in the middle. I'll give you this. I do this with all LeBron. Like,
Well, here's my
Yeah.
thing. I don't really like LeBron like that. I just think.
I
I
if you
appreciate
wanna
it more
tell
than I
me-
used
I
to.
if
just
you
think
wanna
here's
tell
my
me-
thing. Basketball. I just think when you're talking greatest of all time, it's more than just stats and like championships. When you're comparing people who both have
What are we playing
great
for? Are we playing for championships?
But I think if
or
you
are we
believe
playing
that, you're
for-
kind of arguing his point, though.
What do
Are
you
we
mean,
playing
though?
for championships or are we playing for like
But
appreciation?
from who though?
Because of
Appreciation.
who matters? Who
I'm talking
who
about,
talks
like-
about it? The sports podcast, the
But if
people
you-
on ESPN.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I get it.
So-
I get you.
so
I'll
what
feel you.
I'm-
I'll meet you at the common ground there. Where it's like, okay, I feel you on the basketball thing, but when you look at everything else
So here's where
around
I'm-
the person,
So
around
here's
the
where I'm gonna meet you in the middle.
around the person, I just think LeBron has done
Jordan-
more. I think LeBron's done more for basketball
I
and,
won't argue that.
and the community that he's from, and
So dig this.
more than Jordan has.
That to me, when you talking about,
LeBron's never had a scandal.
nah, cool.
LeBron's a great guy.
Yeah, we ain't arguing none of that.
You know what I'm saying?
Never had a ticket, no cheating, nothing on his wife.
You feel me?
got
That you
all
know of.
that,
And he's went to the NBA Finals how many times out of how many seasons?
and got 4 of them.
Yeah.
Out of all
But-
them seasons, my guy
That's his
played
argument
about,
right there.
My guy played
Bro,
about
you
14
still have
seasons.
to win. You still have to win.
Checked out. He said, I got some shit.
Jordan
I'm gonna check
couldn't
out.
get through the East for how many years?
Come back
Yeah.
and got 3 more of them things.
Yeah.
No one else could even get the shot because LeBron was there. If LeBron's in the conference, you're not going to the finals.
My guy don't need a game 7.
Listen, I think it's a
So
fun
here,
argument.
so dig this. I'll give you.
Now are
this.
you gonna ask me who? Now ask me who I think is the best
So I'll give
pure
you.
basketball player and my favorite basketball player. It ain't neither one of them motherfuckers.
So I'm gonna give you this real quick on your goatness, and this is where I want all people to kind of like take this in consideration for their Jordan LeBron debate. When winning matters most, yeah, bro, 6-0. There's nothing I can kind of like 6-0, 6 Finals MVPs. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the best player every finals that he played in. Either team didn't matter.
I'm not.
All right.
That's hard to argue.
You know what I'm saying? He got 10 scoring titles. I don't think LeBron got any. There's a lot.
Listen,
To,
listen,
Also,
man.
if you look at the competitiveness
6
of
league
basketball,
MVPs to
it's
like
different
4.
now than it was back then.
if you're, but
so if you want to tell me this, I'll give you this. If you want to say that, and I'm gonna give you the whole rundown, legit. If you want to say that LeBron has the greatest career of all time,
see, okay, now we're getting.
I'll
to
give
the-
you that.
That's what we're.
10 out of 10 times.
See,
If we're talking the
my
accolades,
final point.
the records, the impact on the culture of basketball,
The-
all the above. If
think
you want
we-
to say who had the greatest career
I think
of
that's
all
the,
time,
that's the best common ground to come to.
the greatest career of
'Cause
all
like I
time.
said, at the
like
end of the day-
accomplishments, accolades, the All-Stars, the MVPs, the All-NBA teams. Bro, there's a video I've watched one time. It's like 8 minutes long of records that LeBron's broke. So I'm never gonna take away the man's greatness or what he's done for
he's
the
a
game.
dog.
I'm not about to sit here and say that, of all the people that's ever touched that basketball, that's played in the league, that he's not top 3 of all time, you won't get that argument. I give you that all day
I think there's
long.
only 2 that you can argue, and Kobe.
And
Kobe's
see, and
right
dig
there
this,
too.
and I'll get into this. I'm gonna stir this up real quick. All right, Kobe was 5-2 in the finals. If he don't lose to Detroit and he don't lose to Boston the first time, and he's 7-0, everybody says that Kobe Bryant's the GOAT.
100%.
Because I would.
100%. But
I
that's
mean,
also like saying
He
if,
can come into the argument,
I'll argue
bro.
you all day that if D Rose doesn't blow his ACL, LeBron's not LeBron, and the NBA is Derrick Rose's. And the whole landscape of basketball is different.
But that's just how shit works. Bro.
Because just the wave of momentum behind him and that Bulls team at the time, because that's what the NBA needed, bro. They needed the Bulls to be great because that was the second. He could have been the guy. He could have been the guy.
That bothers me
man.
why people don't put Kobe as
And honestly,
second in the GOAT
To be fair,
yeah,
I just like to argue. I'm 9 times out of 10 with anybody else. If I meet a LeBron fan, I'm arguing Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just like basketball. I can argue them both.
Yeah.
But you give me Allen Iverson and Tim Duncan, bro, I think I'm beating anybody, dog.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I come from that era too. Like
So
Allen
it-
Iverson was a fucking. God,
Like,
dude,
I
that
think-
guy was-
But
I
see,
think
and
I'm
I'm
beating anybody.
also the guy that's like Dwayne Wade's probably like top 3 best shooting guards ever.
Dwayne Wade is so
Facts.
underrated, man.
Like that's
He's
just
so underrated.
that's my opinion. Like I've watched this game for a long time. In my eyes, I think that Dwayne Wade is like literally top 3 best shooting guards of all time. Like behind Jordan and Kobe. I mean, we're talking shoot like the 2 guards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
like a like actually play his role.
yeah.
Because he wasn't running the point, you know.
Bro,
ever
I mean,
really.
we talking about like name another 6'3", 6'4" guard, you know, chase down, blocking, getting rebounds like that, clamping up 1 through 4 like that.
I mean, just the fact that he's one of the biggest names ever in basketball.
he's
too.
like
People
what
wanna
people
ignore
want
that. I mean, he's that
fucking
for a
James
reason.
Harden to be, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like this era now catches lightning in a bottle, and they like Giannis gets his first ring, and they're like, man, is he top 5? And I'm like, off of what?
Yeah. Well, okay, who's the best shooter ever?
Curry for
mean,
sure.
Okay, then. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
you gotta.
It's like not
Yeah,
even
that's
debatable.
what-
Curry.
But you know what's nuts? Like you say about like D Rose and all this and that. Like if Curry don't exist, Damian Lillard is by far at head and shoulders the best shooter
I'll give you another one, bro.
of all time.
If Brandon Roy doesn't get hurt,
That's a topic.
if Brandon Roy, and Trevor don't even know who that is. If Brandon Roy doesn't get hurt,
God Almighty.
bro, come on, man.
I don't even kind of like talking
Come
about
on,
him in like the hurt like T Max and the
Yeah,
D
yeah,
Roses
yeah.
because he was really so different that like
Dude, he was a fucking.
you just
dog.
never really got to see it.
You
Like,
never really did.
I mean,
It
where
sucked.
does Kevin Durant rank on?
He's
this
up
stuff?
there, bro. I mean,
Like,
he's
up
he's.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, physically, I don't think you've ever seen anyone like Kevin Durant because he's so long and he's
He's
quick.
different.
He can
he's
shoot.
one of my favorite players.
He can
Yeah.
move. His feet's crazy.
I'll never forget when he was
Literally.
at Texas, bro, and I watched him put up 36 on Oklahoma State at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that game, and I was like, he's the best scorer in the NBA.
There's
He was
something
in
about
college,
him,
and I
though.
said that. I was like, because there's nobody in the NBA today.
That Texas team was crazy because Russ was on that team too, wasn't he?
I'm not sure, but I know DJ Augustine was on that team.
DJ
for
Augustine,
sure.
that's who I'm
He
thinking.
was
I
the
like
point
Kevin
guard.
Durant because he just seems like he's so fed up all the time.
Yeah, bro.
He
He's got
does.
kinda
Like,
seem mad.
whenever they put him on podcasts and stuff, he's so funny. Like, you don't got a girlfriend? He's like, I don't fucking want a girlfriend.
It's
So
like we
what?
talked about earlier. Like all those greats are like different, bro. Like
That's
be
why I
great
like
in
Michael
anything.
Jordan, bro. Michael
They're
Jordan's
all
my go. He's
assholes, you know what I'm
fuck
saying?
them kids, man.
Yeah, bro. You're not getting this autograph from me. Fuck outta
That's
here.
Michael Jordan's a fucking beast.
LeBron would never, bro.
That's
That's all I'm saying.
kind of my point. Like
LeBron is for the people.
he
but
is, man. Growing up and liking basketball, I liked LeBron because he was obviously going to be in the conversation of the best basketball player of all time from an early point in his career.
What pissed you off, man?
When he left Cleveland,
Dog.
I was
Dog,
at
halfway
Disney
through-
World, cuz.
halfway
I was at Disney World on family vacation, bro, and it ruined my whole trip, dog. I watched that whole shit, bro. I had the Cavaliers jersey and everything.
I remember watching that whole ass shit at my dad's.
It wasn't even that pissed me off though.
past
He got
decade
he got
since
too
then, bro.
popular at some
It
point.
was how he did it.
Yeah.
Why did you have to
Yeah.
do the decision? Is that what they called it?
This is a
Yeah,
revelation
yeah.
of me, like, kind of liking LeBron again. I've spent the past probably 15 years hating LeBron.
Yeah, you know,
Calling
whenever I
him a
liked LeBron
crybaby.
again, whenever he went
Have you
to
ever-
the Lakers, not back to the Lakers.
Have y'all ever had an athlete that you started off like you absolutely hated, but then you
JJ Redick.
Yeah.
Really?
He cool now.
I don't know, bro.
Oh, but see, that's
I
a
still
di-
think
that's
he's kind of a
different.
prick, though.
That's kind of different,
I
bro.
still
Because
kind of hate him, but I don't hate him.
you
He
don't
speaks
hate him in the
facts.
sense of that, like he's just like I hate you while you at Duke, but once you out of the league, like I don't really give a fuck about what you'd be doing.
No, I hated him when he was like in Orlando and like
Oh, dig it.
he was just kind of well, maybe he wasn't, but I thought he was an asshole for a
Bro,
long period of time.
my two growing up was
JJ
Tom
Redick.
Brady and Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, Tom Brady. Definitely.
Tom Brady because I grew up a big
I'm a Yankee fan, so fuck everything Boston. Still don't like him.
factuals. Same.
Yeah.
So I was a big Peyton Manning fan growing up.
Yeah.
Like I'm a diehard Panthers fan, but my secondary unit was the Colts until they did them shitty. You know
I just thought of something crazy. Ask me mine.
All right, who?
I fucking hated Michael Vick. Then he started. Then he started fighting dogs. I was like, "That's my motherfucking dog, bro." Nah. I'm just kidding. Actually, look, I was the biggest Michael Vick.
I
My
love
man went and
Michael
got a
Vick,
fucking
dude.
pit bull and started
And I love
training.
Steve McNair. Dude. I love
Nah,
Steve
dog.
McNair.
I really loved Michael Vick, and I remember like whenever all that shit came out.
Why you didn't like him at first?
No, I was being funny. I was
dig
totally
it.
joking.
Oh, for
I was
sure.
a huge Michael Vick fan.
For sure.
And like I was
I wanted to be left-handed for a minute because of
Yeah,
Michael Vick.
dude,
And
look.
then I realized I couldn't do shit.
I fucking wore a Michael Vick jersey to the doctor one time, like right after all this shit came out. And you know, he was kind of wild anyway.
Yeah,
He would
yeah.
get in trouble. That's why I liked him, bro. He was a G.
Yeah.
But I would wear his jersey and shit. And I remember my old ass, just old white dude doctor. It's like, why are you wearing a Michael Vick jersey? I'm like, cause that's my motherfucking dog.
He was turbed. He didn't
Yeah,
fuck with
dude.
Shout out to Michael Vick, man.
Yeah,
Dog.
bro.
What about
Peyton-
you, man?
Yeah,
What-
so bro, Peyton Manning was my guy growing up, and fucking Tom Brady was like, you know what I'm saying? Their battles,
mean-
their battles were so crazy until Peyton broke the edge and got over the hump and got his championship. I was just like, fuck. And then it got to a point where I was like, you know what, man? That Tom Brady was fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, he's really fucking good.
I hated Mike Trout whenever he got drafted. He got drafted,
and it
really
was the
early.
same with Kobe and AI. I was a huge AI bro. I had the
You
braids.
hated AI?
No, I love AI.
Oh, okay. I started
hated
to say,
Kobe.
I was like,
So
damn,
I
that about
hated-
broke
It
my
was
heart.
Kobe was an easy guy to hate. He just seemed like such a dick.
The thing about Kobe
I like
is
Kobe.
I hated 8 Kobe. I loved
loved
24.
Afro. I
Dog.
loved Afro Kobe.
Cause like I said, him and AI's battles, I was like, man, fuck that dude. Why are they so fucking good?
I ended up
Like,
being a big Kobe
See,
fan for
I
sure.
just loved. I remember watching AI step over Tyronn Lue, bro. And
Bro, when
like,
I was
oh,
a kid,
man.
I had the braids. I used to cut up my dad's fucking church socks and wear like black sleeves.
Yeah,
you
Like,
don't
quit
think-
cutting up my fucking socks.
You don't think I put a sock on my arm?
They didn't have the shooting sleeves like these fuckers do today.
Bro,
with
I
the
mean, what
pads in them.
about Chris Paul?
Chris Paul.
Chris
was cool.
Paul was dope, but
was North
listen, I
Carolina
was
boy.
I
Yeah,
was a
Wake
Tar
Forest.
Heel, so I was like, fuck him.
Yeah, I was
Until he
Did
got
he go to
the
Wake
league.
Forest?
Till he got to the league. Yeah.
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 But I do remember the dope story of like his grandpa
And
passing.
he hit
and
the 51
yeah,
or whatever
I,
age he
I had
died.
a lot of respect for him.
Whatever age he
Yeah.
died, he hit the free throw and then he just fucking threw.
It was like
second one.
51, 54. It was 50 something.
Bro,
And,
what
like,
about
he got
yeah.
fouled?
what
and
about
he-
Tracy McGrady?
Love
That
love
was
T
my
Mac?
guy.
One of my favorites, dude.
Love
Vince Carter.
Love
So
Steve Francis,
era,
dude.
our era of basketball that you mentioned don't get the
It doesn't.
somehow like
Yeah.
the fucking Stephon Marbury's, the Steve
Yeah.
Francis
No
of the
That
world.
people don't
Amari
talk about.
Stoudemire.
I don't get that shit. How they mention some of these guys and look over that era,
Yeah,
but it,
yeah.
I
it's
think
weird.
Dirk don't get enough love.
Nah,
Listen,
for sure.
Dirk really don't get enough love as like a top tenor. He kind of really is.
Tim Duncan
Yeah.
don't get enough love. That
No.
whole team, Tony Parker, bro, Manu, that was a squad. Pop, that's a team, bro.
No, yeah, I grew up through
Great
legend.
teams.
Yeah, I was about to say
They-
I grew up through like great ass times because in the 2000 to 2010 it was either the Lakers or the Spurs, and like the Pistons snuck one in and Dwayne Wade and them snuck a couple in, but like it was really either the Lakers or the
I
Spurs,
love that
bro.
Pistons team, bro.
Bro, who do
Chauncey
you-
and
That Pistons
Ben
team
Wallace,
was really
Rasheed,
Detroit as
Richard
fuck, bro.
Hamilton, bro.
Who do you think is like the new generation's version of like John Wall?
Just like in
Just
what
the-
aspect?
like the-
just like the social
There's a
media
lot
guy?
of
Just to
really-
being the crazy guy who's just hella good.
There's a
Tyrese
lot-
Halliburton.
Okay.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
You see John Wall.
I was
Because
gonna-
he kind
I
of
was
do
gonna
the
say,
antics. He be in WWE. He talking shit. He on Pat McAfee doing cool.
I get all
And
that.
then he go in and he ball the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then he
From a
dress
basketball
crazy. You know what I'm
standpoint,
saying?
I don't see it.
John
but
Wall is
I
like
see
the most-
not
Tyrese
necessarily
Maxey.
game. Not necessarily game wise. You know what I'm saying? But like
I thought Loki was gonna say Tyrese Maxey, and I was about to be
Nah.
like, I rock with that because he's
He
shifty,
cool.
like him
He
in a
cool.
playmaker.
Do y'all remember whenever John Wall came into the fucking NBA?
I like Thibault though on the city.
That was a
that
fun
era
time.
of basketball was so crazy, bro.
That was a fun time.
The
Bro,
whole
like
dance
he
and
had the
shit.
whole song
Didn't
made
Tyreek
about him.
come
and
right
shit.
after?
Tyreek Evans.
Or was he
Yeah, I
before?
think
He was
so.
after. Right?
It was around the same time.
Listen, Tyreek.
Those Kentucky
Tyreek
teams
was
were good. DeMarcus Cousins came out of
fucking
there, bro.
ignorant, bro.
They never won shit.
They was
You know
the
what I'm saying?
NIL before the NIL.
But yeah, and then the Tar Heels got in trouble, bro. Okay, I'll ask you a crazy question.
What's up?
Who's your least favorite Tar Heel? ever?
Rashad McCants.
What
5,000.
team did he play on?
05?
05, bro.
05? He was
05 natty team.
Rashad McCants. That's the
Why
one.
do I not remember him?
You do, because you said you hated Raymond Felton.
I
And I was
think
like,
that-
no, it wasn't Raymond Felton you hated.
That's
It was
right.
Rashad
It was
McCants
fucking
you hated.
him, bro. Raymond Felton was a G, bro.
He was a dog.
You wanna
he-
hear some
he
wild-
stood in that corner and shot that shit.
I could call this dude right now if he would answer. Swear to God. I got a homie I used to work with, and he one day was showing me DMs from PJ Harrison. And he was like, bro, he was like, he's trying to sell me like game worn shorts, jerseys,
Oh, yeah.
practice shit.
I
for
seen
the
that was like a
da, da, da,
scam
da.
on Twitter or some
Bro,
shit. Yeah.
and then I seen that, and I remember screenshotting and sending it to him. I was like, "Boy, you was not fucking." I was like, "You didn't ever send him no bread for no shit, did you?" And he was like, "Nah." He was like, "He seemed like down bad,"
yeah,
and I was like, "Yeah, nah, he had to be."
yeah, that shit
Bro,
was crazy.
who's the I'm drawing a blank and I hate it. Who is that NBA player who had a really good fucking run, made a big name for himself, and now there's just all these kind of videos of him like
Oh,
on the
Delonte West.
he's on the corner,
The
bro.
homeless
he's,
dude?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's homeless.
You know why?
I don't-
Yo, you think that's real, bro?
Because he piped LeBron's mom.
That's what they be saying, bro.
Really? Let's get into it, bro.
I swear.
You know, I'm 27 and I feel like an old head. But anyways, fuck that. We was talking about some crazy shit.
All right, yeah. So the rumor is, and it's highly alleged now, but the guy you're talking about, Delonte West, allegedly, had relations with LeBron's mom when they were on the same team, and it kind of
Pussy's so good at turning into a crackhead.
Stop.
But like, you think that's true for real?
I don't know.
For one,
I don't
like,
know.
let's get context.
Why would it come out? Like, where would it? Where
No, I feel that.
if there's smoke?
Yeah, no. Listen, bro. I'm with you on that 100%. But like, let's like kind of put context behind it.
I think it too.
For sure, it's Bron's mama, but Bron's mom's not like fucking Vivica Fox. Like, she's not like bad.
I've never looked at LeBron's mom. To be fair, respect to my man.
I know the game dropped a bar about banging LeBron's mom, but
Bro,
nothing never happened to him.
My
He didn't turn into that.
my point is that like being that it's LeBron's mom, I would say that she probably like doesn't have a bag enough to be like sugar mama in him.
I mean,
It would have to be LeBron's money, and he
That's
ain't-
what I'm. That's what
and
I'm
he
saying.
ain't going
That's
for
what
that.
I'm saying.
LeBron's bag is LeBron's mom's bag.
I don't know,
I
man.
would say that
Man,
I would
She don't
say-
need shit. she
Yeah,
can have as
facts.
much as she want, but she ain't gonna
Does
give it
she
to
have
that guy.
Does she have a Benz and a Rolls and
Or
a fucking
she
mansion
was-
and all that? Yeah.
Or
yeah.
she was giving it all to Delonte,
And he was
LeBron
like, "Fuck
found
that."
out. And
But given because it ain't
because
like
how do you go from like a literally he was probably what, like a 7-8 man on that squad, like he was getting
Nah,
play.
he was coming, fam, and I'm talking. This is a
And
back.
then what happened?
Listen, this is young LeBron. So his mom's young right here, bro. She's not like I'm risking my career worth
Okay.
overboard.
Nah, but was
Now, to
LeBron
be
so
fair-
good that he just want to be like, yeah, I fucked LeBron's mom.
But he wasn't good enough to be like, what? He's in. Oh, I'm the man on this team. I'm gonna take your
Let me
spot.
ask y'all a question. though.
Nah,
Let me
nah.
ask y'all a question seriously, because this might be the answer to everything. if you was on crack, would you hit LeBron's mom?
Okay, so listen.
I'd hit LeBron's mom
So
sober.
maybe it
I don't
was
care what
like-
you say.
Maybe
You-
he was
you-
already on. Maybe the downfall had already started, and he just
You asking
happened to hit LeBron's mom on the way down.
You asking the right person, brother. 'Cause here's what I'm gonna say to that. If I'm on crack, I'm fucking someone that's on crack.
It's easier that way.
So you're saying, wait a second, you're saying
Talk to me.
You think LeBron's mom was on the
If Delonte was
I'm-
smoking
okay.
dope and hitting LeBron's mom, it's because she was smoking dope.
That's fact, bro.
All right, you make a very good point.
Drops mic.
You know, I don't
Fucking Whitney Houston and damn
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown, bro.
Talk to me.
They was doing crack together. That's why they had such a fucked up relationship.
Bro, it would only make
Was
sense.
it Bobby Brown? I don't
It was
know.
Bobby Brown. I had a bar about that in one of my songs, but probably not.
I'm trying to read up on it. I'm not really finding nothing that's worth diving into.
Yeah.
But
So it's rumor.
that's what they say.
Okay, so rumor and innuendo, man.
Well, you know
We
what?
take everything we just said, take it back.
It's a clip.
you know?
Whether or not, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly.
I mean, it's just you know, if you put the two and two together, and then you see the career downfall, you know, it makes sense. That's all I'm saying.
There would have to be something worth it, and I don't see nothing worth it.
Yeah.
Anyways, something
Yeah,
else,
bro.
man.
It ain't like you banging out a bad bitch.
Yeah, you know.
No.
Okay.
It's almost like
Did
a.
y'all see some more NBA drama? Did you see the new rumor about, or it's not a rumor anymore, but Anthony Edwards is expecting a baby with Lil Baby's first baby mom.
Man,
And there's like a video in an NBA tunnel of them like walking by each other, and like it's nothing. It's just like two dudes who's pipe the same bitch, and it's like they both getting money, and it's a mutual respect
I just
type
don't
thing.
understand why if you're
And there's
getting
like a
money, you
blog
want to
trying to,
bang
like-
little baby's baby mama.
They're not together anymore.
I'm not saying it's a bad
You
thing.
get
I just
into
don't.
this circle, bro,
Have
and
you
he's
seen-
from Atlanta.
Have you seen?
Yeah.
Have you
Like
seen?
Anthony
her?
Edwards
I'm not
is
saying she's
originally from
ugly. I'm
Atlanta.
just saying if you're that guy, you can bang any bad bitch you want. So why bang one that's got a kid already?
By a big rapper.
Yeah, bro. Why?
I
dude?
mean,
Why
I'm with
attach
you.
your name to it?
I'm with you.
It's like the Stephon Diggs thing. Like, why
It's
do
like
you
a
want to
thing, bro.
attach your name to like smashing Cardi B when she was pregnant? When did that become
I
hot?
seen that shit too. That
Dog.
shit was crazy, dude.
there's
I
a.
I don't like.
I can't even say what.
Stop.
The only reason he did that is because he likes to fuck kids too, bro. I'm telling-
Stop.
Whoa,
Dude.
whoa,
Stop.
wow.
Think about it.
Stop.
Think
Stop.
about it.
Stop.
Nah,
Anyway.
man.
I don't know. I hate
We
that.
had to cut that, but there was a bar. It might have been a Tyler the Creator bar. I think he said, "I hope you're pregnant because I like to fuck kids too," or something like
It
that.
sounds like a Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, bro. That's where the joke.
100%.
Which is also a good segue, Trevor. King of the segues, right there, man. Let's talk music for a second. You said something about currency earlier. Damn, I don't even really know where to start on the question, but like, what you be listening to? Because I remember one of the first times I hit you up, I seen you was listening to that Decisions mixtape by Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit was fire, bro.
Yeah.
That shit felt like damn Cushion OJ.
Right.
And I was like, okay, he got the swag. He like good music. All right, he a cool guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out
So,
to
like,
Wiz.
For sure.
A big hip hop head, obviously.
Yeah, dude.
And then what you been listening to? What kind of shit you like? You know. That
So
type of
if we
shit.
start from the beginning, bro, I come from like a mixed cultured background. Like my dad's white, my mom's black.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
So
yeah.
like when I'm riding around with my mom, she was listening to like Marvin Gaye and like that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like old school R&B. You know what I'm saying? 90s hip hop
Hell
type
yeah.
of
Then
vibe.
here's the key question for the white side.
Mhm.
What kind of white music did you get?
Bro, all right. So there's two phases of it. My dad, you gotta think, he come from like the 70s like garage band era.
Okay, so
So
you got.
I was
Got
on
a lot
the-
of good rock music.
If I'm like, I got a playlist on my phone. It's like a gym playlist, bro. Like it's old school, like Leonard Skinner, Metallica.
Hell yeah.
Metallica's probably
Because
my
you're gonna go
favorite
either
one.
two. Well, there's a few
Metallica's
Yeah.
white ways you can go, but there's two main ones. You're either gonna go country and get the good classic country, you know,
So I never
singing,
got the country vibe.
or you're gonna get the great rock.
Yeah.
And
And then when I was in high school and I got into weight training
And
the
you
football team, they were on the heavy metal shit. So they were
Okay,
listening
hell
to
yeah.
AC/DC
Yeah.
and like Motley Crue and all those like heavy metal, like classic bands or whatever. But then just kind of like my white side tapping this low key, bro. I'm a big fan of like the Beastie Boys and shit.
Hell yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for real, you know?
See, I'm white, but my dad grew up in a 85% black environment.
Mm.
So he showed me all the rap music. My dad
Yeah.
showed me NWA. I was young,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
He's showing me Juvenile,
Yeah,
NWA,
see,
Two
and
Live Crew.
That was the cool thing
Tupac.
about my dad is when we was playing all that shit, he never was like, nah, I don't play that shit. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
He'd pick us up from school playing our shit, like
Yeah.
our mixtapes and like CDs.
Well, he
and,
liked
like,
black women, so he probably liked black music too.
Bro, I'm trying
Yeah.
to tell you, like and that's a weird ass combo that people
Respect.
say, like
I like
Same.
black girls. I like rap
he
music.
had the
Same.
swirl going on back in the day when it wasn't really popular, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So he was
yeah.
out there taking
See,
the risk.
my music shit's kind of crazy because
It's all over the place, man.
I'm an internet
sure.
kid, so
Yeah,
I
I'm-
was just straight white. I got like Garth Brooks, you know what I'm saying, like pop music, and then like the edgy shit to me. My cousin, she kind of put me on like the rock shit, the Blink 182, like the Warp Tour
I went
shit,
through all
like
that
the
shit
pop
too,
punk
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And then she kind of went into like the kind of like weird, like, you know, super skinny jeans, straight hair, kind of like screamo music. And I was like,
Like,
I ain't
tonight
really
will be the night.
yeah. So I was like, I ain't really fucking with that. But I mean, that's the TV era and the internet era. So like, I'm watching TRL and like, what was the shit that came on BET, 106 and Park
Bro.
every day. So like, the fucking that's what I remember watching, like Laffy
Remember like
Taffy.
AJ and Free, the host.
Oh
or
yeah.
whatever?
Oh yeah,
Laffy
and then
Taffy
damn,
was our shit in the car, dog.
Hey,
Terrence,
do y'all
and,
remember staying up late enough to know what BT and Cut is? Y'all know about that?
So
I think
I
so.
found out about
Oh
it
my
later.
god, let me talk to y'all boys. Let me tell you about something. If you don't know
I
what
remember
BT and
watching
Cut
the
is,
tip drill video.
tip motherfucking drill video.
I remember watching the. That's what I was
My
about to
man
say.
Nelly got fined by
Bro.
a credit card company over that because when the girl was
I heard
twerking,
about
they
this.
swiped the credit card in her ass
Yeah.
in the video. It was like some MasterCard or some shit.
I was
But
a young
yeah,
buck.
bro.
That was one of the first times I ever seen beautiful ass like
And
that.
it was like after 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
I don't
me
wanna
too.
get-
and Cut
Yeah.
was
I don't want
coming.
to
I know
go
what
get
you're
too
talking
deep.
about.
I don't want to get too deep into it. But as a young man, you know, that was one of the first times I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was feeling things I ain't never felt before.
There's
I
a
was like,
reason
what
why
is
rap
That
music had a
shit,
big
bro.
changed my
impact.
life, bro.
The
Changed my
fact that
life.
it was even like that just tells you a time that we was going through, like
Yeah.
that was even had a window of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
the kids is in bed,
Yeah.
we gonna roll this shit out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Fucking, and then so like it went from that, and it's like I remember like finding out through the internet and like TV like what rap music was, and like damn Franchise Boys would Lean With It, Rock With It was like the first song I ever
So
like
now you
got on my
love
mom's
that era.
computer,
Love
and
that
my
era.
mom seen like the explicit thing. She listened to it, and she was like, "What the fuck is this?" She was like, "Do not listen to this fucking devil music." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, what the
yeah.
fuck is this? And I was like, that's
That's
the
why I
wrong thing you
kinda-
tell a kid, because you know exactly what I wanted to do. Figure out how to get that shit
Yeah,
on my
yeah,
get
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit without my mom knowing.
Bro, they try to used to like really categorize our shit back.
Bro,
in
I
the
used
day.
to go to Walmart. Bro, I used to go to get my cousin. Again, this is around like the restaurant days, first paychecks, like, you know, like getting cash and shit from waiting tables and shit. I remember giving my cousin, bro, I remember buying like the fucking Now That's What You Call Music, and buying fucking like College Dropout, the explicit version,
Yeah,
and swapping the CDs out,
yeah.
and then like putting the Kanye
What a
album in her
finesse.
car
See,
and keeping
my
like
parents
the
weren't
Now
strict
That's What
like
I Call
that.
Music. Bro,
My parents weren't strict
Mine-
like that at
bro.
all,
so
bro.
then check this
We
shit
had
out.
everything. My parents would, my parents would laugh at me dancing to fucking slow motion in the living room, and then like we listened to country, and then like my dad would show me like 70s, like, you know, Isley Brothers, OJ, shit like that. I love
Yeah.
that type of shit.
Yeah.
But I remember for me, whenever I first heard 50 Cent, it was over.
That's
I
what I was
never
about to
listened to
say.
nothing but rap
So this
for
is what
years
changed
and
my
years.
life.
And then
I think
Lil
I'm-
Wayne came along, and it was just
I
fucking
think I've told
over.
this on the pod
Yeah.
before too, but I'll tell it every time this shit comes up. I remember being at First Baptist Daycare in the 6th grade. That sounds correct. Not the 6th grade. It was like 4th, 5th, 6th grade. Whatever year Get Rich or Die Trying came out.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that, because that was like 2001. I was probably like 6.
He was already kind of.
So anyway, one of the older homies, it was separated by like the older, like, you know, if you were out of elementary school and like, it was during the summer, it was like a daycare camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like the older homies had it, and this was CD player era, bro. So like you had the CD player, the portable one, and then you could plug it, and you had the over the ear like tiny like headphones. So like
uncomfortable as
my
fuck.
homie, one of the OGs, bro. He was leaving. He was like, "Hey, bro, I ain't coming back." He was like, "I just want you to have this because like we always listen to music and shit." And he gave me "Get Rich or Die Trying," the Slim Shady LP, and Confessions, all on CD. And I was like, "What the fuck is this, dude?" And it was like literally like I just took them home, bro, and I listened to them. I was like, "Bro, it was life changing."
Yeah.
And then I remember my mom finding the Slim Shady LP and fucking like breaking it, bro. And I was like, "Bro, what the fuck is this shit, bro?" Like it was crazy.
See, I'm glad my parents weren't like that.
Yeah, no.
Cause like
mine weren't either.
it's so weird, man. It's so weird. And I had an older
brother. It was
brother.
weird eventually, but I will say that shit right there gave me like the tough enough skin to like kind of be like, not like back talk my mom and respect my parents and shit, but it was just like, Mom, this is what I like. Like you're gonna have to get over it. Like, I'm not
they
gonna
do
stop.
eventually. They do.
I'm not gonna stop. I'm not, like this is what the fuck I'm into.
I had a fucking older brother. I had a neighbor that I hung out with every day who was even older than my brother, and he was always showing me shit. Like he was showing me like Snoop Dogg and just like, bro, rap music to me. I got to hear it all growing up. I got to hear everything from Tim McGraw to NWA.
Oh, but that was all.
But rap music was what I liked. Just like that's just what it was.
But was
the
perfect
culture
for
is
me.
very like.
What was perfect for me at the time.
I was a skater kid,
internet.
so I liked the fuck you mentality, like the fuck the system mentality. I loved that because like whenever you was a skater, especially in that era, my age, like you was the outcast, like that wore the weird shit. People didn't fuck with you, like you weren't that normal. So like the rap music and rock music.
I think there's just something about like. This is the way I look at it. There's just something about like being like poor people, bro. When you come from like smaller communities, bro, that's not wealthy, bro. Like we ran the restaurant, bro. We didn't have fucking hella bread, bro. Like we got to eat every night and work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like when you come from like when you're like poor, bro, and like. You just relate to it, bro.
That's what you can relate to, bro. That's the big thing about music.
The rock music and rap music and skateboarding and fucking like just playing pickup basketball is all the same.
It's kind of like the modern level of outlaw.
Yeah,
just
bro.
a little bit.
If you didn't skateboard, you were at the park playing basketball, smoking weed, bro. It was all the same. Like it, you know, it was like it was out there surviving, bro. We talked about this the other day. Like growing up, kids. I don't think kids will ever have that again, bro.
No, so like that's the thing that I'm glad that I have like the experience of growing up before the internet and afterwards, because like music before, you really knew who was hot by like if you went to go buy your favorite artist CD and that shit wasn't there and it was like out, like what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like I think today's artists is so saturated because they have so much access just to put it the fuck out.
You can be like any other rap. Like
like back in the day, bro, there was just only a handful of people that really had the outlets or the deals to be in them like studios or to be around those recording labels that could really put the music out there and put those artists out in a
bedroom. Like.
Yeah, because
but
now,
I think there's something beautiful to that too, bro. Because I don't think we get a Larry June.
Yeah, and Larry,
true. But see, like
Larry
you do because to me back in the day, Larry June was like Tribe Called Quest. Like that. Yeah. There's always been that lane of like people, and honestly, I'm glad the Larry Junes and the like currencies are coming like back into the loop of music, because to me that shit's more authentic.
But even
like,
that, I don't think you necessarily get like a Travis Scott without that shit either.
Well, Travis Scott's a little bit after the fact. I would say
because he came up inspired by that and he was making beats and He was peddling beats to everybody.
But someone that someone I really think of whenever I think about that homemade music and really making off of it, someone like Mac Miller.
Actually, Mac Miller,
or Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
You know, like
Mac, Wiz, but even then they had Rostrum Records and like a record label in Pittsburgh.
But those people wouldn't fuck with Mac Miller for a long time.
I'll give you the perfect example.
They took him in, but they wouldn't endorse him or sign him.
You know who started the shit really, really? Soulja Boy. You know who took it to the next level? Chief Keef.
Chief Keef was the first iteration of what we have now.
That was recorded in the bedroom.
I think that Chief Keef, I know that Soulja Boy did all the internet shit. He kind of paved the way for that. But Chief Keef was really like the first, like, we don't have a King Von without Chief Keef.
I don't
like,
think. I think
To
Chief
me,
Keef
though,
was the
man,
first like
Chief-
100% homemade, independent. I
the
did this
videos
shit
were
myself.
shot in his house because he couldn't leave on
He was
house
on
arrest,
house arrest. Young
with a
Chop
camera.
was making
See,
the
and
beat.
that's
Young
where
Chop was
like
making
my
the beats.
'90s era biasness sounds like old headiness and fucked up, because to me, even like
It is one and the same too because
Soulja Boy does have an era, and he has a
He started the dance.
he
move
has
era.
a big movement in the culture, in the internet culture, and what it is today with the whole YouTube shit. I do think that he was like light years ahead of everybody else when he
Fucking
was doing that
was.
I
shit.
just think in the 90s, bro, if you didn't know
But
a DJ to spin your
The
shit,
substance that we get now is
It's a
not
different
as
argument.
it's not
It's a diff-
yeah.
it's a different
But-
argument. That's
but-
not what I'm trying to argue.
But
I think
you're talking about a time where every rapper had pretty much
you had
decent
to
substance.
you had to be the best rapper from your block to rap. But back then, you had to be the best rapper on your block to rap in front of the city. Then you had to be the best rapper in the city to get in a studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you had to know a DJ to spin your shit. I think back then it was just different.
It was harder
I think
to get it out.
What Soulja Boy did was like make a video, put it on MySpace, and it blew the fuck up, and it showed people like, oh shit, you could do this independent if you really do it.
Just got the equipment.
You know
to
what I'm
do it.
saying? And it's progressed over the years. Like now you can
That's
actually.
the formula now.
I mean, 2 Chainz just announced that he's fully independent now. Like now, if you're not independent, you're kind of getting jugged by
And it's
a
like,
fucking
honest to
label.
God truth, it's not a knock on like the substance of what comes out. They're just feeding into what these entertainment businesses,
Yeah.
what it is
That's true.
now. You
And
know
at
what
the
I'm
end of
saying?
the
They
day,
want to
bro,
show recklessness. They want to show shit.
There's
Yeah,
only
because
so
they
many-
can show more shit now than they can like they don't. Bro, nobody gives a good fuck about putting a video out on BT or
No,
MTV.
it's
It's
YouTube.
YouTube, it's Instagram,
Yeah.
it's their own streaming platforms.
And BET will take a song once it gets popular enough and put it on there.
And now I don't even know if y'all.
if it's radio worthy
Yeah.
popping, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah,
such
it
a
takes
big
a lot.
game, man. It's like it's such a big game that like we don't even understand. Like there's so many deals behind doors that like we don't even get. Like now, like Instagram is allowing people to release music because there's a big like UMG Instagram deal
Yeah.
now, and it's like we don't even know like if the people who we see are the actual creators of the substance that we see, bro.
Honest
And
to
rap
God
is the
truth,
only
to-
rap's the only genre where
Yeah.
they don't just tell you that.
So to
You know what I'm
that
saying?
point, bro, you do hear a lot of like people coming out with hit records, and they'll say, "Well, they were gonna give that song to such and such, but they gave it to me," and they'd be like, "Well, who? That ain't your song. Like,
But-
who
yeah.
gave it?"
But
to
here's
you?
the thing:
Yeah.
in every other like industry of music, that's cool. That's what people do.
It's accepted, but rap is such a. But bro, okay, like
That's how country music works.
Yeah.
so I just think that's in like how the culture of it is.
And
it's
I
a
think that's
it's a competitiveness to it. It's a
and I think now you're
authenticness
seeing
to it where it's like, no, I did this. I want the credit for it, because you got to think, yeah, country music and all that is cool, but like culturally, impactfully, ain't nobody football team or basketball team coming out to no country song.
I think it's
Like,
I mean,
you know what I mean?
100% right. Yeah.
Like, ain't no
It's-
like you might have a UFC fighter that do it type shit, like their walkout song, like their come out song.
That's different.
It's
That's
I
different.
mean, I'm not arguing with you. I think the rap music is the best fucking music there is. And I don't think there's been anything that has been able to become the most popular the fastest. Like right now we're seeing country make a kick back to popularity, but it ran
Yeah.
fucking music for years and years and years. And the thing is you're starting to see more people who are doing writing sessions and all that shit in rap because, man, it became the most popular genre.
Well, Jay-Z
for
and Lil
years
Wayne
years
fucked
and
that
years.
up for people with the whole freestyling thing. So everybody wanted to become the I don't write.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah,
don't
but-
because they
All
figured
right,
out
well,
it's a
you
great
might
method.
want to write some shit down
Dude.
because what you putting out's fucking trash.
Well, they fucking come up with something decent in their head to begin with. They come out with something like pretty good, and then if they can't finish it, bro, they're just punching into like what they would have written down anyway.
Well, bro,
so
even-
like it's not necessarily like freestyling like, oh, I'm gonna just go off the dome here and hope to get some pieces out of it. Like some people do that, but they already that shit that they didn't write it was technically written in their
Yeah,
head.
yeah,
They just
yeah.
didn't put it on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the shit that they're thinking of after that, they would have thought of that and put it on paper.
So like
it's all
something I
like-
had said off camera about like the substance of music today. Like I try to be understanding to this young era also, like and when I say the young era, I mean like the kids that are in high school right now.
Yeah.
10 years from now, this is their shit. Like when they
Yeah.
talk to their kids,
Yeah.
But
like,
what are they even listening to? Is like my thing.
yeah, I mean, whatever's
Because
hot
I-
right now, the
because I
little
feel like-
babies and the money bag yos of the world and things like that. But like for me, I think it's harder to get the substance that I got in the 90s
100%.
because I don't want to discredit talent. I do think there's talent. Like, bro, like y'all know Jid. Like Jid's
Yeah.
nasty.
He
Yeah.
can
But
rap.
in
Yes.
today's world,
He doesn't get the respect.
If
he
if
deserves.
Jid comes out in the 90s, Jid's a legend. He's a
Yeah.
fucking legend.
Yeah, I
bro.
agree with you.
Absolutely.
In fact, I think that he's done a really good job being as popular as he is with the way that he
to
does
that
music.
point, there's so much saturation of the game because there's so many outlets now to just pick up and put it out that you've got to keep like there's
Yeah.
hundreds of
Well-
thousands of people that drop a day, bro.
That's
Also,
You've
true, that's
got
true.
to keep up.
If
You know
you're
what I'm
like,
saying?
Fact.
if you're somebody like Yeet and you get on the fucking mic and you just sort of mumble out these weird songs and shit and people fucking love it,
yeah.
who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get it, bro.
See, and that's a big
He can
nod
make
to
20
this
songs a
era,
day.
into the social media era,
Yeah.
because back then a Yeet don't exist in the
Nah,
90s.
nah.
No one gives him a platform.
No.
But
I don't think he
now-
could have existed in 2014 and 15 whenever people
Yeah.
like Uzi was.
See, they
that
created
shit.
that. They started to create that because when Uzi and Yachty and that freshman class came out,
16.
Yeah.
everybody fucking hated
Changed the
them.
game.
Yeah.
Changed the
But
game.
everybody bumps in
Oh,
that.
I
They
remember
love them.
being
They
at
have
Finish
they have
Line
something
arguing
of
with
them
all
that
the
they
old
like
heads,
now.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
Even me, bro. Like I'm 90s biased as fuck, but I find myself giving some of the younger like shit that's out now. Like if it sounds good, I
Don't-
catch myself.
don't
bopping my
lie,
head
man.
to
It sounds good. It sounds good.
I'm gonna give it
Yeah.
a run. It's like we said off camera. It's okay. This is gonna be a good one. Sexy Red, yo, bro. We know her shit's not good. Y'all got to
I
shut
don't
the
think-
fuck
Y'all
up.
you tripping?
You got
bro.
to shut the fuck up. Like
get it
it's
sexy.
not for you
Get
to
it sexy.
like ride around and be like,
Get it
damn, she
sexy.
is. Her bars are crazy.
Man, I'll be
She
delivering.
is
don't even rap on beat.
entertaining.
She's
She
a-
has a lane.
She-
There's a group, a demographic of women that love her authenticness and
Somebody
her
talked about
realness.
this on a podcast. They said the reason why people love Sexy Red so much is that she
She's
sells a
real.
side of being a woman that nobody's ever sold.
Bro,
it's
she
always
don't
been
give a
about
fuck.
being like kind of quietly promiscuous or sensual in a way that attracts people. Nah, she ain't doing that, bro. She talking about her pussy. She talking about
Hey,
her
man,
asshole.
let
she
me-
talking like
Listen, bro.
dog. She does.
I
something.
got a hot
it's
take on
wow
that real
factor.
quick. That like I don't want to. I'm not trying to rub like women's feathers or whatever because I just do see
Ain't
a
no
lot
women
of the
watch this shit, brother.
women's.
Don't worry.
I do see a lot of the women that like are the most critiquing of the Meg Thee Stallions.
Yeah,
the
bro.
Oh yeah,
Lottos,
for
the
sure. I don't
Sexy
see
Reds.
dudes
We don't do
talking
that.
shit
But
about
I'm
it.
like, y'all forget that like Trina,
They also forget that's who.
Foxy
That's who their
Brown,
man's
Lil Kim,
cheating with.
like
Bro, Lil Kim was wild.
y'all act like they didn't
Yeah.
exist. Like they paved the way.
Missy Elliott,
for all this
like-
shit, bro.
Listen, I will say, Megan Thee Stallion can do whatever the fuck she wants.
To me, if we being dead ass serious on some real deal live shit,
Ice Spice can do whatever the fuck she wants.
I think that Meg Thee
Ice Spice just
Stallion,
want to shake her ass and fucking.
with the
Talk about-
Put her tongue
entertainment.
out, dude.
With the entertainment, I think Meg Thee Stallion has the best substance music wise.
She's great. She's
Nah,
way
man.
better than a.
I think
Sexy
there's a
Red.
lot more female rappers, bro. I just don't think y'all are in tune to them. Like,
I'll tell
Doechii-
you what, I kind of fuck with.
Doechii's hard as fuck. She's with TDE, bro. She,
I kinda
yeah,
fuck with
but you
Glorilla, dude.
like
but like,
you having the you saying
I mean-
people that like people gonna have to like search.
exactly. But like, that's just the type of music. Like, I'm ahead.
And
bro,
seeing
you know
that,
what
and
I'm
that
saying?
is to the point of like the saturation of today's.
But I
music.
think that's what's beautiful about it, bro. Is you can find it if you really
Absolutely.
want to go find
absolutely,
it,
bro. And that
bro. And you
is the
create,
beauty.
you
That
create,
is the
you create
beauty
your
of
own
it.
playlist, bro. That's what's
Yeah,
beautiful about the
yeah,
thing, bro.
yeah.
I don't have to put every song from the album on there.
I do agree with that.
I got fucking 10,000 songs on this shit. I can press shuffle and listen to whatever the fuck.
I do
It can
agree
set
with
the
that.
vibe for me.
Yeah.
I'll be happy. I shuffle. I hear a sad song. Day's ruined. You know what I'm saying? Like, this the type of vibe we on today.
I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Like people like Rod Wave gets no play.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
car.
I'm with you. I don't get the
wanna,
Rod Wave.
I want to wake up in a good mood. I want to drink my coffee.
Yeah.
And smoke.
When
a
I mean
joint.
sad music, I mean like some.
I mean,
I don't really remember. We was talking about sad music before the camera cut
So
off.
we was talking about Rod Wave and the depression shit, and I was
so
saying
you're not a Rod Wave guy.
it's not that I'm not a Rod Wave guy,
You
bro.
just don't want to feel sad.
I don't got time for that. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'll tell you this much. When I was growing up, my era of like 02 to like 05, 06, Gucci Man, Young
Oh, yeah.
Jeezy,
Hell yeah, bro.
T.I.,
Young
Get money
Ludacris, like
Listen, bro,
real
there was
dope
before.
boy shit.
I was the last of the dope boy era, not the
there
dope
was-
user.
I started saying,
this
yeah.
is the dope
That's like
user
before
era
the
now.
future.
Dealers, the
That's like
drug-
before Future came out and made doing drugs.
They
cool better
glorify the
himself.
shit that we was like making fun of.
yeah, facts.
See,
Yeah.
like they the selling or not selling the sad shit is for people who want to sulk. It's not for people who might even be going through hard shit but want to get the fuck out of it. Bro, sad
That
music
shit-
is for people who are like, I'm fucking sad. I want to sit here and be
Sometimes you
Yeah,
need that shit though.
There ain't,
do.
nothing,
You
there ain't
do.
nothing wrong with being sad
I'm
and
fighting
going through shit, bro. Like
demons.
I'm fighting demons.
motherfuckers, like music, and that's the beautiful thing about music, and that's why it's good to have so much of it. Is like like I said, I'll listen to some AC/DC and all that type
Yeah.
of shit when I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
I'm
Where
not
are
riding
you?
around. I'm not rolling up and listening to it.
And my
In the-
stepdad lost my real dad in a slapbox fight.
Like in the morning time, like we work. I'm trying to have my coffee. I'm trying to ease into the day. I don't need to hear bricks and licks and kick the door in and snatch the bitch up. Like
Yeah.
not at 8 in the morning.
Nah.
See, I was.
I
in the
want to
I-
hear Larry June
I want to hear Larry June whenever I'm feeling good.
current.
You
See,
feel
I want to
me?
hear
Yeah.
that when I'm first up in the morning because I can ease into my day. I can
Yeah,
drink
bro,
my
I'm riding to
coffee, I
work
can-
listening to Larry June.
I
a
started.
know what
lot.
I'm
I started this
saying?
morning
Smooth-ass
off with that
Cardo
yeet
beats.
shit.
Oh, brother, you
I was
shit had me
speeding
ready to go.
soon as
Now
I
when
left
I'm
the
getting off
driveway.
work and it's Friday and I feel like a getting money motherfucker,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play some get money motherfucking
Yeah.
music. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
That's what I'm gonna be on. But
Nah, you did get like the peak, kind of like the peak era of like great music, man. It was like,
bro, my
I kinda
era of
was
music,
young, so,
I'ma
like, I didn't
always
get a
hold
lot
on
of
to
that
like
shit.
an old head.
yeah.
Swear
so
I
like,
am.
I was listening to it, you know, like Carter 3 was probably like the kind
So
of
dig
like
this, bro. Imagine
was kind of like the coming to my age where I understand everything about this. This is a great album of like, okay. I get it.
Imagine it's 2008 and you getting on live mixtapes or DatPiff the night before,
DatPiff.com.
and you downloading, you know, whatever Lil Wayne mixtape was at the time, and then
Yeah.
you go to the school the
And it's
next
probably
morning.
the drought.
So you go to school next morning. This is no lie. Hey, bro, you get the drought. Da da da.
Yeah.
The drought. Oh, you ain't downloaded the dedication?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you be like,
dedication.
huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. Over the night. It'd be a whole nother legendary ass mixtape.
Yeah.
The next morning, you going to school thinking you about to tell your man's like, "Hey, boy, you ain't heard that."
That shit old.
And he's like, "Oh, you ain't the drought just dropped."
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
o'clock, like, huh? What,
Yeah, bro.
And it was like that for like 2 years,
See,
dog.
that's why I will say like maybe kind of I almost got the peak of it because I remember that and having access to it. I remember
Right.
having like
So you remember the like?
I
DatPiff
remember
live
being
mixtape
able to
days?
almost to get it on my phone.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
downloaded it. Like okay, this shit comes out at 5. I'm waiting on DatPiff download,
Yeah.
but it was like. I mean, I remember all the Wiz mixtapes dropping. I remember,
Yeah.
Bro, I remember like
All-
the MySpace
Dedication
days is
3.
really where I kind of got like
100%.
technology into it because
You could put your songs on.
that's
the
when I
songs
got
on your
into
thing.
Wiz real hard because
Oh,
I went to
yeah.
my homie's place and he was playing Burn After Rolling
Burn
by
After
Wiz,
Rollin', bro.
and I was like,
I'ma take
he
your
was
bitch.
like Wiz Khalifa. He kept saying his name like that, like this dude Wiz Khalifa. Wiz
Bro, didn't
Khalifa.
didn't he come out for a while? His name was like Wiz Kid, maybe.
No, that's a whole nother rapper.
I
named
know there's
Wiz Kid.
I know there's a rapper named Wiz Kid, but like there was an
As
era.
far as I
Oh,
know,
no.
I've
There was
always
an
known him
era
as
that
Wiz
people
Khalifa.
didn't know him as, and then like the first thing that came out that like blew up big that
Yeah.
people knew Wiz Khalifa was Black and Yellow.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Well, there was one before that. It was the
There was one before that, but then Black and Yellow took it to a
Yeah.
whole nother
so
level.
really, to me,
but
the
I could be
cushion
And then
wrong.
orange juice phase.
Yeah.
man.
the cushion orange juice phase is
and then the
like,
Rolling Papers album, bro.
It's
Don't forget
that's
that
its
album,
own
bro.
cornerstone
Yeah.
in the culture.
One of my
That
favorites.
whole snapback, camo shorts, Chuck Taylor's
Oh
era.
my god, dude,
Yeah.
that was
You
peak,
can't
bro.
say that
don't
you wasn't
get
a
it, bro.
fan of someone else bigger.
That was
and
like
not
my
doing
freshman
that
and
shit,
sophomore
bro.
year of
You know what
high
I'm
school,
saying?
bro.
Yeah.
When I literally smoking weed for the
I was
first
gonna
time,
say people
bro.
was
like,
really just coming out like
I smoked
I
weed
smoked the
because
fuck out of weed.
I smoked weed because of Wiz Khalifa, bro.
I
remember watching his day-to-days and like,
yeah, bro.
And like I remember my cousin, she was smoking weed.
I remember I used
and
to
I would
get
never hit
sacks
the
just to
weed.
watch that shit.
I drank a beer before I smoked weed in like the 7th grade, and then I was like, the 8th grade, man. I found Wiz Khalifa, bro, and I hit my cousin. I was like, I want to smoke weed, bro.
Wiz kind
Rick
of
Ross
like
was the
made
first
me
person that made me want to smoke.
It
for
was-
real.
I don't
That's
know why.
tight.
I think I saw him in a video smoking a blunt.
Yeah,
maybe.
He's probably smoking a cigar. Too.
He probably was too. He could have been, bro, but he just made me want to smoke.
yeah. No, Wiz made me comfortable being like, I'm a pothead.
Oh,
I
bro.
think
Wiz
I'm
was-
pretty sure.
Yeah,
Wiz was
100%, dude.
pothead music, bro.
Oh, bro, I
yeah.
went all in,
He was
never
the biggest
quit.
weed smoker that we had seen since Snoop Dogg.
Well,
Because
then,
in high school, I was the like
well, here's the thing with
the,
Wiz, bro.
the athlete that I was smoking, and pretty much people knew. But like at the same time, it was like, well, how's he good and smoking? Like, why your grades ain't fucked up and this and that? Like, I just didn't feel like it altered what I was doing. Like,
Same.
I wasn't playing high.
Because I was
or
listening to
nothing.
Wiz and he told me that it was fine.
Yeah, bro.
Literally,
and
I think that's like the placebo thing that we was talking about.
Yeah,
earlier.
bro. And
think
y'all motherfuckers told me when I was in elementary school I had ADHD. I'm taking all this like Adderall and Ritalin shit.
terrible for you.
We come through that whole phase, and then like, yeah, I started smoking weed in high school. And I'm like, well,
I think I'm normal.
I think this is cool. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to do this a lot. And
Yeah.
then once I got on the Wiz, it was like, oh well, this is cool to do this a lot. So it's like I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think too. I think people don't realize how much being in an altered state can help you create.
Yeah.
For some people, it's not even weed. For some people,
Have
it's
y'all
alcohol.
done-
But like for Wiz Khalifa, it's definitely weed.
100%.
Like
Have y'all
this,
done mushrooms?
I've
Oh,
never
yeah.
done
Oh, yeah.
mushrooms.
Oh,
Look,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now. I have to be careful with really any psychedelic. I'll hit weed. I'll smoke weed every now and then. I'll get super high every now and then. I've got a 1 out of 3 chance of having a freak out. I really do.
He ain't lying.
So like it's Russian
It's
roulette.
kind of beautiful to see, bro. It's like sometimes he'll get like little kid high.
Have you ever freaked out on edibles?
Yeah.
Like freaked out?
Yeah, like
it
I've
was
had-
a bad
Yeah. And I
because
still
you
take
ate too
edibles.
much, or it
Yeah,
was just
took
it
too
just
much.
rocked you.
I took too much, bro. Like now I kind of microdose them.
Right on.
They'll help me go to sleep. I'll get to the point where like I'll be sitting there watching a movie or something, watching TV, and then like I'll be like, "Holy fuck, I'm high."
Yeah, no.
And that's the good kind of high.
Yeah, dude.
But I've had edible moments where like I really like started thinking about myself way too much, and like really started thinking
Yeah.
weird shit about myself, and like that fucks with me.
I got a homie that smoked more than me. I ain't gonna say his name, bro. I won't do you like that. But we ate these cookies one night, and if he watches this, he gonna like bust out laughing immediately. But I've never seen somebody so defeated off weed in my life. Bro.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
It
I'm
can happen.
talking like I was concerned for my man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the way he was just slumped in that chair and just was like, oh, bro. I was just like, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Get
know,
up.
bro. It really, it really gave me a different aspect on it to where I was like,
Because
I don't know how naturally normal I like this.
Yeah.
Like-
it's different whenever you break weed down, whenever you break THC down through the gut, and whenever you break it down through your lungs. It gets into your bloodstream differently, bro. I'm telling you, if you
ate a small amount of shrooms though, bro.
I think they would.
It
I think
would,
that I need to. I think
nah, for sure.
there's a thing about getting paranoid like that I actually have a love for, because at the same time, does it make me too hard on myself? Yes, but it also makes me real with myself. So I get a lot of value out of looking at myself without that ego blinder on.
Yeah.
I have an ego, so like whenever you take that ego away from me, it shrinks me down to nothing. I fucking need humbling like that sometimes. So I'll put myself through it. Like I got high the other night with him, bro, and like
Not with me.
I was being honest.
Allegedly.
I was looking at him. I was looking at him, and I was just like, bro, I'm paranoid. I started feeling paranoid.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to hide it,
You just embraced
I'm
it.
just like, bro, I'm fucking paranoid as fuck right now.
Well, that's what kind of turns people into stoners when they start to embrace the like uncomfortableness
Sometimes I love
of
that
it.
shit, man.
Yeah, no, the uncomfortableness of it is cool because it's like you ain't about to do nothing but be high, bro.
Yeah.
But
You ain't got no choice.
I don't
Have fun.
I don't really like to talk about it too much because like just where we're at and some things people still have like a whatever.
I
on
just
it,
don't
you
give
know
a
what
fuck
I'm saying?
yeah,
Bro, if
But I
my parents don't look down
it's
on me
like,
for it, then I don't.
I went so deep in it, like I'm ahead, bro. Like
so,
decade.
but
long,
you
bro.
saying where
you
we're
know what I'm
at, like that's a good,
100%.
that's a kind of a good
100%.
segue in a way. Like we've made milestones to where we have
100%.
the dispensary in Cherokee that's recreational,
Bro,
so you can
100%.
actually
I think in the next
the window to talk about it is a little more open.
I started
I think in the
changing my
next-
mind
I
about
think
it
in the
whenever
next
I'm
3
selling $1 million
elections-
house to some people who are like old, rich people, and they're like, "Oh, we got these in Colorado. We figured you might like them." They know that I'm younger, so they just assume that I like weed. They're like, "Yeah, these are fucking great," and give me edibles.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, this old, rich, wealthy person, square ass, white people, they do this shit.
That's the thing, bro.
There ain't
but it's
nothing
like,
wrong with it, bro.
I was
yeah.
I was the fat kid preaching this same shit a decade ago, and people are like, "Oh, you're just fucking a drug addict," and it's like, man, listen, no, bro. Like we was talking about, depression and shit earlier, bro. Like to me, I hate being that's my medicine guy. You know what I'm saying? But
sure.
like, nah, bro, that shit. Been a lot of times where I ain't have shit but a
bro,
blunt.
it's
got
better
me
than
through.
doing Adderall.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's better than
It's
doing
like-
Perks or Xanax. Like I don't care what you say.
Yeah,
so it's
bro.
like, I just view it a lot different, and it's like I think it does help people, but also some people they don't need to be doing it recreational, bro.
I don't
You
need
know
to
what
be
I'm
doing
saying?
it. I can't. Do
That's
it
what
and
I
have a
was
good
gonna
time.
kind of mention about like with the mushrooms and the psychedelics. It's like it ain't nothing to really play with, and honestly,
Nah, because
it's not something that you should do with the mindset of like I'm eating these shrooms to get fucked up.
No,
If you're
fuck
doing
no.
it for that person
Yeah,
or that purpose,
you're going down a long road
you're
for the night.
you're gonna get everything and then some shit you didn't want.
I
out
don't
of
do
it.
weed to feel fucked up.
I
I don't smoke I don't.
Yeah,
hit a
bro.
joint.
If you've got a conscience to what you're doing, and I would say with like mushrooms specifically, I can't speak on anything else, but like that's something you need a little like guidance around you. Damn near like
Yeah.
a shaman. Like
Yeah.
it could even be just a friend. Like
Yeah, well,
you know
I
what I'm
can do
saying?
stuff like I can.
It can be somebody that has your best interest
people like
in
him.
mind, and that can remind you like this isn't real, bro.
Yeah.
Like we're just having fun.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That and like sometimes I'll start to get paranoid, and I'm smart enough now to know like, bro, you're just high. You're
Yeah,
sober
bro.
I have
right
a
now.
weird
You don't think
relationship
like
with
that.
shrooms, though, bro. Because the first time I went rocket ship, like not even on some like I want to get fucked up. It's just like, okay, I'll try this, and then it was like a fucking like 5 grams, and it was just
Oh, see, that's where you.
it was
need to
blast off.
Go kind
It
of
was-
easy on.
You should have started with like a tink. So like my
It
first
was terrible,
experience with
and I
it-
never did any. I never did it. I tried it again, and then around a few years ago, allegedly, whenever like the candy bars kind of started coming out, where they were like dosed out. It was like an eighth in 12 pieces or whatever, allegedly. I had one of those, in pieces, and I was like, this is cool. I was like, I think this is the way it was intended to. And then I had a cap again, and it was fine, but I think I like the smaller dosages, and I think that's
Yeah.
the way for me.
I do
the
better
way
with
it
weed
works.
whenever I don't just go all out and hit the fuck. Like if I take a hit of the joint, and you'll pass it around, people will hit it 3 times, maybe more. I'm gonna just hit it once every time. It gets passed
Psilocybin
around.
though, I think is like it can be like a fucking. I think it's a good just kind of like reset button. Like
It is,
okay,
man.
Yeah, no, for
humble.
sure.
Sometimes you
Get
need
back,
sometimes
ground
you need
root.
it.
It's not that
bring it
serious,
down.
bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that shit, and
That's
like
the biggest
And
thing
if you can
too,
hit
bro.
it perfect, I think it's beautiful.
I think that
You know what I'm
psilocybin, I
But
think that
if
mushrooms
you do
want
a little
you.
too much, man.
I think
that
they
shit-
want you to be happy.
Oh, 100%.
I think that the point of a mushroom is like it teaches you a lesson about being happy. It's going to confront you with all your bullshit.
Yep.
But in that, you're going to find that
I'll
this
never
is why you should be
forget,
happy.
bro. Like the coolest experience. Go to Boone. Very typical like story. Go to Boone, meet the guy, dorm room, get it. Me and some buddies, we go to Mellow Mushroom. And so we got a personal pan pizza. Everybody put their little portion on a little piece, like at the table in Mellow Mushroom, on a little piece of pizza, eat it. We drive back down the mountain. By the time we get down the mountain, we had made a pact where it was like, all right, bro, if you say, hey, do you see that giraffe over there climbing over that mountain? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Don't be like, fuck no, you're tripping.
Yeah.
Don't send, like, just go with what everyone is going with, as long as it's within reason and safe. And so when we get down the mountain, I had a townhouse apartment, and we got out, and
allegedly.
yeah. And so my buddies was just like, man, let's go in. And I'll never forget, I don't know if it was in my mind like we was talking about earlier, but like my buddy was just like, man, you need to go outside and like be one with the earth. He was like, you need to put your feet in the grass.
Yeah.
He was like, nature's gonna like talk to you. He was like, just give it time. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, all right. And so when we get down there, they wanted to go inside, but bro, I remember walking towards the door, and then like it's surrounded by all these trees, and I just remember like looking, and I was like, and then I looked at the apartment door, and I was like, nah, man. I was like, I don't want to go in there. And they was like, that's your place. And I was like, yeah, but I was like, I don't want to be in a box. I'm gonna feel incarcerated. And I was like, I'm free right now.
Yeah, bro.
My homeboy was like, oh, it's working on him. And I was like, it's God. I was like, I'm not going in there. I was like, I'm telling you that right now. I was like, I'm not going in there. Like, I don't want to be boxed in and incarcerated. And then next thing you know, I was like, bro, I was like, can we please just like, there was this bench under this one tree, and I was like, can we please just sit outside? They rolled with the pack. They was like,
hell yeah.
Come on, bro. They was like, let's sit under the tree with them. And I remember like us all sitting there, and out of nowhere, like just the blue, I was like, man, I was like, y'all just don't understand what these trees have been through, man. Like they do snow, storm, and they still provide like oxygen and shade. Like they don't complain. Man. And I was like, all we sit and do is complain, bro. I was like, we need to be more like the trees.
Yeah. That's a fact, bro.
And I'll never forget telling my homie that he was like, you had your connection.
Yeah.
He's like, you'll always have your, he was like, what? He was like, it's something with you and trees. He was like, you need to do it again and go on a hike. And he was like, every tree will like, and I didn't want to really believe that even after I had that experience, but like,
it's true,
spiritually,
bro.
I do believe that.
Bro, that's a fact, man.
But
like,
it's so simple if you think about it.
It is, bro.
It's just like so simple that
we're on a fucking floating rock in nothingness in a place that
our lives, we won't let ourselves
even know
think
what
that
this is,
simple.
bro.
Okay, so that was my biggest point of all that, bro, is never in no state have I ever sat
and thought that simple.
and had that kind of connection.
Yeah.
And bro told me, he was like, you'll become one with the earth. He was like, you need to sit outside. He was like, you'll connect with the earth. He's like, put your feet in the grass.
Do you think that you can get that same? I personally think that this is true. I think that you can reach similar states on edible THC. I think that if you eat enough, that you can kind of.
I think you can.
I can.
I was about to say it depends. I don't know,
because I've been way too going off edibles before, and I got so freaked out inside with all my technology and shit that I was like, I just got to go outside. I went and I sat outside, bro, and I swear, like, you can feel the earth pulsing, like you can feel the earth breathing.
All right, this will be
the
my
breeze
last, like,
and the
drug
clouds
story.
moving and shit. Like,
but allegedly, I had got some wax from Colorado, allegedly, and took a dab of it. And I was driving to work one morning, and that must have been like the best wax I ever had in my life, bro.
Yeah.
But I remember driving my car and being like, holy fuck, bro. I was like, I'm in a fucking spaceship. In my mind, I was like, I'm hovering above the ground on wheels. Yeah. And I was like, I can push these buttons and control like the temperature.
Bro, that's not like a high thought, bro. It is. It is, but it really the fuck ain't.
And I told myself, I was like, with enough money, like resources, I was like, I can get anywhere on the earth.
Yeah.
Like within reason, like that's not, I don't got to cross water. I was like, I can go, and I was like, I can just transport.
Yeah.
Wherever. Cause I was like, technically, I was like, if you take this car or whatever, I was like, I'm not too far from sitting on this, like the fucking cement, bro.
Listen, bro, It sounds like a hot thought, and we'll take another quick break after this, but it's really not. When you really think about what we're doing, like, bro, we wake up every day and don't even understand what we're doing. We don't understand what
We
this
just
is.
do it.
Think about why we're here, how we got here, what we're doing when we leave here.
Bro.
We're on a floating rock in the middle of nothing. We can't see anything. This is all we know.
Yeah.
Everything has to move in harmony. We can only breathe oxygen because the shit that was here before us that we're destroying is providing us the shit that we need to live. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro,
listen.
like, what even is this shit that we're doing, bro?
Yeah,
like,
nah, bro.
it's not
I've
that
been so
serious,
high
but
before
it is,
driving.
bro.
I was driving. This is the last thing I'll say. I was driving, and I was super high, and I'm on the the road, so it's this paved road. And in my mind, the craziest thought happened. I'm like, bro, this road, this asphalt that we've put here, is literally connected to asphalt that reaches all the way to fucking California.
Have you ever thought about Highway 18
Nah.
from like Morganton?
Bro, you can take fucking 40 from here to the West Coast. You can go from the Atlantic
We just
Ocean.
put that there,
If
bro.
you
We can
just go
from the
straight,
Atlantic
you
Ocean
don't turn.
to the Pacific, bro.
You can take fucking 18 from like 40 all the way back into like Yakinville. That's
Yeah.
like damn near Raleigh, bro.
Yeah.
Like going out that way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you can get out to
Bro,
Raleigh
there's
from
just,
that
and
way.
then there's all these other side roads that are connected. We made all that shit. We just
Bro.
put it there. Like, what the fuck is? What?
And
are
then
we
you know
doing?
what's even crazier? You know what's even crazier, bro? God can sit there and be like, you know what? I'm gonna send a hurricane that way and take all that shit out,
It's
bro.
a fact. It's a
And
fact.
none of that shit they did means nothing.
It doesn't. You realize how little it is.
Because none of this shit means anything, and what you think is important is not that important when you realize you can't control any of this shit.
You need to be humbled sometimes.
Yeah.
Just like the weed
gotta
does to me
really-
sometimes.
You
Yeah,
gotta
it's
really
crazy,
live in
bro.
survival like mode.
I gotta fucking be humbled sometimes, just like everybody else. Some people don't smoke weed, so they need a natural disaster.
That's a
You
fact.
you
man.
really,
Humble.
and I think that is funny because it reminded me to stay in survival mode.
100%.
How like
I was very comfortable.
bro that
I was
A month
too,
ago.
bro.
That-
And now I'm
that,
on
bro.
the edge.
Now
bro.
I realize I got through shit.
shit
but
ain't sweet.
shit ain't sweet.
Nah.
Shit is not sweet.
Shit ain't sweet.
Shit can get rough with the snap of a finger.
You feel me?
In the blink of an eye.
In the blink of an eye, shit can get rough, man.
And the
That's
snap
a
of a
fact.
tree.
Pros and cons, you know.
I mean, I could have went to ECU. I could have went to App State.
You feel me?
I mean, those are schools I would have played at, but like not as a freshman.
So paint like the perfect picture if you could have went to any school, any sport. Like what's the like dream story? Like for me, it'd be obviously playing ball at Chapel Hill, winning a natty.
Yeah.
Like that's
Well, so early on,
Mine would be the white quarterback in South Florida at Miami, bro. Like
One of
Ken
the-
Dorsey, dude, in fucking 2001.
one of the first
It would
schools
be
that
great.
actually had interest in me was Clemson, and that was my dream school to go play baseball at.
yeah.
But it was, you can be on the roster, but you ain't getting no money. It's like a walk-on spot. Like you're gonna be on the roster and stuff, but you got to come here. You got to prove yourself. We're not giving you a scholarship compared to a smaller D1 school that still had great facilities and stuff that gave me a lot of money to be there. So my thing was, if I could go back and have like the perfect situation, the way I played in the 11th grade was I have a good chance of getting drafted out of high school, which if I would have got drafted in the 15th round for $25,000, I was going. Didn't want to go to college. And I think the perfect situation, I didn't perform my senior year like I did my 11th grade year. And, I had spent the summer playing for like professional scout teams, like playing for the Red Sox and all this shit. And then like my senior year, I didn't ball out like that. So, I had other shit going on that kind of messed with my head a little bit. And I didn't play good at all. Well, I didn't play bad, but I didn't have the same kind of year. So I didn't get drafted out of high school. And then I was like, fuck,
No,
I got to go to college. If I could go back, I would have went
Let me
JUCO.
ask you this.
Would have went JUCO.
I got a couple questions for you then. It'll be one high school kind of related and then one like college or pro related.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could go back with the mindset that you had your senior year, would you had rather won a state championship, been on a state championship team, been like an average player, and got no scholarships,
Yeah,
or
it's a good question.
balled out, been like an All-American, but you had to walk on somewhere?
Definitely, I would rather my last hoorah been winning a state championship. Because look at me now. I went
But
to
you
D1
get no
school.
scholarships though.
What?
But no scholarships.
Nothing. You knew that was it.
But there's
you're
also a
but
chance
on the
to get
other
drafted
side,
out of high school too.
But on the other side of it, you were All-American. Like you balled out, you were All-American, didn't win a state,
I'm gonna tell you
but
why.
you can walk on like wherever.
And probably I know
Eventually get in the lineup.
I know what you're saying. I'm gonna tell you the God's honest truth, man. The reason why I say I'd rather have been on a state championship team and that had been my last hoorah is because to get where these guys are right here,
Yeah.
to even make it to D1, you're in the top 1%.
Yeah.
So what is this motherfucker right here batting?
Right.
You don't got a good chance. You know how many friends I had? I have friends that got drafted in the first round. You know where they're at now? Selling cars, selling insurance. It just took till they were 28 years old and they finally gave up or got let go from the minor leagues for them to do that, bro. I started learning life at 21, 22 years old. So I'm not mad at it. I'm saying the chances are for you to go there are slim to none. It's like if you decide to start rapping, bro, you gonna make it? You know what I mean? Like
you better come out with some shit.
You better be good.
Yeah.
And that's how this is, man.
Right.
It's no different. It's a not only do you have to be the best, but even then it's still a long shot.
But that also goes into like the craziness that we were talking about earlier, where it's like, if you really want it, bro, you have to believe that shit.
So now, let's say you make it next level. We on the college level. Would you rather be at a small school like a Coastal Carolina or something like that?
Yeah, which is what I was at pretty much. I was in the
And-
same conference as a school in Coastal Carolina.
And be an All-American,
Yeah.
have all the accolades? Or would you rather be on like a big school that won a natty, but you're not a big role in it?
Well, let me change your question a little bit. Because to ask me if I would rather be at Coastal Carolina and be a baller there or be at a big school, I'd rather be at Coastal Carolina. For one, baddest bitches there are. Coastal Carolina. Second, that's a fucking amazing school.
Their baseball program is really good. I wasn't
went
trying
to
to
a
mean
school
like
in- yeah,
you don't mean like a smaller
I would
program.
say more like the school that I went to, which was Winthrop University, which is in the same conference.
Yeah,
But
or like a UNC Wilmington, like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
smaller division.
I would
one.
say, if I'm comparing to like the school that I went to, I would definitely rather go and be a regular, a scrub nut on a fucking UNC or a
natty team
or a Florida State for sure, man. Because if you're just on the baseball team, you're baller, right? At that place where I went to school at, like baseball was a big deal, but like, it ain't like it is at fucking.
And I don't
Clemson,
disagree
Florida State.
with your outcomes because like a question that I've got asked before is like, if you was in the NBA, would you rather get no rings but you make the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Or have like 3 rings but you a career bench player?
Yeah.
I'm going to the Hall of Fame all day.
Really? Okay.
Man, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Would you rather have?
That's,
if you could only have one, though, would you have?
Because
would you have the Chapel Hill, 3-time ACC championship, 2-time national championship, All-American all 4 years, Freshman of the Year, Naismith Player of the Year, great college career, and live that and experience that, and then, or be in the NBA and just kind of be
just a Joe,
just kind of like a 8th man, play garbage time minutes for 10 years.
It depends because you're kind of like, it's 2 different levels. Like, if you was to say like what my outcome would be, like as far as like I'm at Chapel Hill, I'm the All-American guy.
You'd be Sean May.
Well, or like let's say, because I'm a guard, let's say like R.J. Davis.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to the league. Versus I'm like a Dame Lillard at Weber State, and I'm who he is in the league.
Yeah.
Man,
I mean,
I wouldn't even give you a Dame Lillard.
because it's
L-
hard
less
to
than
know that that's
less than
gonna
that.
be that.
You
Less
don't
than that,
know.
less than that.
You
know
have
what
no
I'm saying?
clue.
I'm
No
telling you,
clue.
I'm taking the college, bro. Because one, you can, whichever way you look at it, that's the craziest experience ever, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
As a man,
If
you
we're
know,
talking,
you know what
if we're
comes with that in
talking
college.
today, if
As
we're
a
talking,
man, you know what comes with that in college.
are we talking my time or today? Like, are we talking? I'm about to graduate in 2009, and like
Either
that's
one.
college life.
Either one.
Because
I
if we're
think they're- I
talking
think they're very
today,
comparable.
if we're talking today, and the NIL's intact, I'm definitely taking the college.
Yeah,
Well-
because they
well,
don't
this-
even go to school, bro.
Well,
They
this
just
is the
play
other
ball and fuck.
This was kind of the other thing I was about to say. I was like, but you can also capitalize of that like college legend forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
Doug Flutie.
Yeah,
You don't know
yeah.
Doug Flutie. You probably don't even know what college he played for, but you know he hit that Hail Mary pass.
At Florida State.
And listen, okay, you're there, but
I wasn't.
fucking like, but you know he threw that pass. You
Right
know what
on,
I'm saying?
right on.
And he can sign autographs and get a bag
For
forever.
sure.
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? He's just not Tom Brady. You know?
Yeah, no doubt. Nah, man. I mean, I think that certain people are stamped forever, like in sports, but it all depends on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess what matters, it's kind of like we was talking about earlier with LeBron and Jordan. Like, do you want the accolades or do you want the ultimate goal of it all?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
Like,
just getting there is a major accomplishment.
I do too.
Being
in
those other
itself.
guys like that actually might be like making it as a politician or something, dude. Like it's
Yeah.
fucking crazy how famous a Michael Jordan or a LeBron James is, and like
That's true.
they're that good. A Steph Curry,
Yeah, yeah.
like being in the league is amazing.
I
Like,
think it all depends on your opportunity too and where you're at.
yeah, for sure.
You not about to be from motherfucking Hoods Creek and thinking you gonna make it to, like you just got to be known. You have to get out. You have
Yeah,
to be
yeah, yeah.
exposed.
You have to be
do.
special.
Yes, bro.
Like you have to have something really special
And
about
like I tell people all the time, it's about, are you marketable?
you. Yeah,
Do you have something that people like and
that
want-
attracts people.
and want to lock in on?
Yeah.
When you come on,
That's why
like,
there
do you
can be
stop
Fact.
time damn near?
dog. That's why there can be some random guy that you know on the fucking street corner in front of the barbershop who can rap better than anybody, but somebody out here not even saying real words is gonna make it because there's something about them that attracts people.
Yeah, bro.
It's a fact, man.
It's
It's like-
it's marketability, and like that's why like I got a homie that argues like G League players all the time,
Yeah,
and I'm like, dog, they're not marketable. Like there's nothing
Yeah.
about them that's selling.
It's true, bro. You gotta have something to you.
all
bro.
you need
Like,
to
it's
do is
like
watch the Olympics to know that.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
G League players were in the Olympics? But look at the U.S.
Right.
You know,
And a lot of the people that like you mentioned when like they come to the Olympics,
Not only that,
bro,
but look at other sports. Look at gold medal athletes that you don't even know who they are.
yeah,
after the Olympics are done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
but they're legends like where they're
Yeah.
like,
In
where
what
they're
they
from.
do.
Yeah.
What they do, yeah.
But we don't know shit about it.
yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
So there's many levels. So this pretty much goes back to what me and him talk about. Do we want to be the next Joe Rogan? Fuck no. Would we? Yeah, it would be cool if we could, but we just want to pay our bills off this shit. There's so many levels to
bro.
this shit,
At
bro.
the end of the day, it's
There's so
just
many
fun.
levels
It's
to
cool.
being a rapper.
Yeah.
There's so many
You know?
levels to being a fucking a sneakerhead, a fucking fashion enthusiast. There's so many different levels to being a car enthusiast. Like
Yeah.
there's so many different lanes, so many different
You
ways.
just gotta find your lane.
It's a fact,
There's
man.
a lane for everybody for
That's
sure.
a
It's a
fact.
nice wrap up, bro. We bring it all the way back around 2 hours later, man.
It's been a great time.
This has
bro.
been
Thank you for
dope,
coming.
bro.
Nah, man,
Thank y'all
it's-
for
it's
having
been
me,
fire,
bro,
It's
for
man.
fucking
sure.
amazing.
We'll wrap it up,
Absolutely.
man. Appreciate you coming through.
No
Clay,
doubt, man. Thank you, man.
Man,
Appreciate
check
it,
them
man.
out, bro. At Peep My Sneaks on Instagram. Any other socials, man? You be doing any other thing else? You got the TikTok bumping or anything?
You got to get on the YouTube with us, man.
Yeah, you got to start.
I gotta
vlogging,
get the
man.
yeah. I'll
You
get
gotta
on
start
it,
getting
bro.
on
I
some
just got the
YouTube shit.
Instagram right now. I
Yeah.
don't really get on too much other stuff.
You ever be
bro.
watching? Do you ever get into like the YouTube shit, like the sneaker pickup videos and the clothing unboxings and the sneaker vlogs? The same, bro. I'm an internet kid, bro. Like
for sure.
that's what got me into all the
Yeah,
shit,
absolutely,
everything,
bro.
man. But shit, man. If you still watching this, and we know you are, man, appreciate you. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Thank
We
you,
out of
guys.
here, man. It's gear.